voice of San Antonio's sports star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio's sports star.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome in to the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's a small Friday, as my good friend and co-host Rob Thompson likes to call it. Good morning, Rob.
It is. Well, it's kind of, in my new vacay schedule as we close the year.
Oh,
it feels
yeah.
very much like a Monday.
Yeah.
I'm refreshed.
That's cool for you.
And so, small Friday, big Monday, however you want to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Downhill slide.
Why did you decide on Wednesdays?
I felt like it was the easiest day to be gone, but it turns out probably the worst.
Yeah.
See, in my time, I would have thought Wednesday would have been the best. I was trying to make it easy on everybody else so I could eat some days. And I didn't want Friday. I felt like, it would be better for me, but I didn't think it was better for everybody else.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or Monday. It just felt like Wednesday was the day that would be.
Well, Fridays and Mondays would be like the easiest day for me to do a show by myself.
I know, but it's also fun.
And as you know, we don't have other people who work here.
I know. I know.
Yeah. So this is
I think this whole business, man. But I thought I was just kind of doing a favor. Maybe in hindsight, I'm still flexible if we want to. Nothing,
It doesn't.
I'm just trying to eat hours.
We survive in advance.
Yeah,
we survive in advance.
That's what it is.
That's it. I'll be out tomorrow on a Friday. I'll miss the Rebecca Black song.
We will do it in your honor.
You guys will have to break down scumbag conferences in college football and talk about where you can find value.
Well, I've got 2 more maid interviews tomorrow. And
oh,
I've got
you haven't picked one yet?
Well, not yet. And that's not the term we prefer.
Okay.
Housekeeper? No. Home engineer.
The help. Rob just calls them the help.
The help.
Yeah.
The help.
Consuela?
Yeah.
No. We're gonna make it tomorrow.
Did you find an au pair? Is that what you
an
were?
au pair? Well, I've been interviewing these 18-year-old Swedish girls.
Oh, what a life!
And so far my wife hasn't approved. I don't know.
Ooh,
It
that's
seems
so
like
weird.
They come with impeccable resumes.
Honey, now that you have a job,
I know.
we have to find someone to take care of our son while you're gone.
Their letters of records. Clay is certainly down with it.
Yeah, but Clay's in his 20s, and they're like, yeah, but
He needs help.
you never. These girls are younger than him.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's down, but we haven't been able to find the right one.
That's why they work for so cheap.
Inga. Well, have to keep them in our
They're
basement.
not. They're not sending their best.
Yeah.
They're sending their worst.
Yeah.
So,
But
the
also
search
they're
continues.
sending their hottest.
We continue to search for the ideal.
Very beautiful. Very beautiful.
Yeah, which is now a thing.
The dance.
The Trump dance is now sadly a thing.
That's what I'm going to do every time we have a good show. I'm just gonna
For 20 minutes of awkward
yeah.
silence.
That's how I dance.
You have your thumbs out?
Yeah,
You
always.
have your thumbs out?
It's like, when you drink, you have your pinky out.
Oh yeah.
Or birds up, too. It's also birds
Sure.
up. Drinking and birds up.
Or when they used to say when Ron Jeremy, the famous porn actor, when he would,
Oh yeah, yeah.
he always had his pinky out, and they said that was because he was classy.
Ah,
So
look where that got him.
I know.
yeah, classy guy, but it's gone down.
So he had a pinky out, huh?
Yeah, he's been on my show multiple times before before it all came out.
Yeah.
Before he got Me Too'd. Who would have thought that a guy in the sex industry would have been in trouble for
So you've met this cat.
like half a dozen times. Yeah, he's been like he used to come through Houston and Austin. And in fact, the first time I met him was in Austin. But he used to come through, like he tours, or he used to tour.
Doing what?
I don't even know. I guess like
I
showing up
Right.
at shops. You know what I mean? Like at the.
Do I get to look at it? Is that what he's doing? Is he
No.
like showing off?
No, he's signing autographs, taking
How does
pictures.
he sign an autograph?
With his pinky out.
Oh,
Clear.
not like an elephant.
No, it's
It's not
just,
like how an elephant can paint.
no, not
No?
like that. I saw a.
Here, watch him grab that pen.
Have you ever seen an elephant paint?
You ever seen an elephant paint? Ever seen Ron Jeremy sign an autograph?
That's what he
You ever seen an elephant scratch his belly?
With a
No, it just with his
really?
Yeah.
Well,
fascinating.
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 Yeah, we're off to a great start this morning.
Yeah.
And it mostly stems from the fact that I did not show up to work on time today.
We didn't have to bring this up.
That's okay. I don't mind.
Okay, I wasn't going to bring it up.
I was.
It's the first time that I've.
No, man. You
Right?
didn't do anything wrong. This is
I've
you're
been
not late. You weren't
November
late.
21st is the day.
Don't get me wrong. I've been we schedule to meet here at 4:30.
Right.
I've certainly been late for that appointment,
Well,
but late is
Like 10
relative.
minutes. 10
Yeah.
minutes, 15 minutes. That's fine.
again, it's 4:30 and blessed a.m.
Today I woke up at like 5:24.
Well, what was concerning, AJ, and this honestly was the lack of response. And then I don't know if you know this or not, but you can tell that when you have Do Not Disturb turn on your phone.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
On the
And Vic
iPhone.
goes, he has Do Not Disturb turned on.
Oh,
I don't
good.
like the fact that if I did have an iPhone and I don't, that you would know that I had the D&D on.
Here's my bigger, and this is probably a mistake on my part. So what I need to do is keep my ringer on and add you to my list of contacts
Yeah, you need to
that's
add me
able
to
to
that,
call
like,
me.
rings through.
But my bigger issue is I keep my ringer off all the time.
Me too. I never have my ringer on.
My phone doesn't make sounds unless there's like an alarm.
And don't leave me a message.
Oh,
never
God.
hear it. I will
yeah,
never,
don't
ever,
do that.
ever listen to
Yeah,
it.
don't leave me one.
Not only that, it makes me not want to be friends with you.
Yeah.
In fact, don't call me.
Seriously.
Like,
barely text me.
yeah, just a text is
That-
good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I woke up at 5:24, and I was like,
That's a heart-stopping moment, isn't it?
"Oh man!" I'm like running around.
Was the Benny Hill playing in the background?
Basically, it's like I'm about tripping over the cat constantly because she's like running through my feet trying to get me to like.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Feed
bro,
me!
I know your day is off to a bad start, but I gotta eat, man.
Please find the Benny Hill
Speaking of
soundtrack.
that, I brought some the food.
Oh, all right, cool.
What is that, cat food?
Yeah.
Please play the Benny Hill soundtrack for me. Now it's going to be stuck in my brain.
I know.
And I want to hear that and picture AJ tripping over this cat.
So I'm like
As he
brushing my
runs out of-
teeth. I'm putting my clothes on, and I finally feed the cat, grab my stuff, I'm out the door. And once I'm driving, and of course, you know, today's one of those days where you've got the low tire pressure warning and all that stuff.
Well, 'tis the season.
Yeah.
So this is 5:25.
Yes.
The AJ Hoffman apartment.
I get out of my apartment at probably 5:28.
Did you have your
5:29.
pants all the way up by the time you ran out the door, or were you still kind of
My pants
Like
were
pulling
up.
them up and hopping
as you were
on-
running around
hopping
like
out?
kind of
My
penguin running?
My shoes, in fact, are still untied.
Nice.
And when I was in the car, I hit a light, and I was like, oh, I guess now's a good time to
Tie your shoe.
turn my shirt around because it was on backwards. And yeah, it was one of those mornings. And I actually made fantastic
You did?
time getting here. I think I got here at like 5:45.
It was,
And I assure you, my apartment is not 17 minutes away. It is, at least not in a legal sense, it's not 17 minutes away.
How was the light status? Did you
I
hit the lights?
only hit
appropriately?
one
Nice.
hard light,
At least
so
karma.
that was good.
Little karma going with you.
Yeah, it was. I mean, listen, I deserve those lights. I deserve.
Probably did.
I deserve to catch a break today, and
Hey,
here I
you
am.
man. You made it.
Here I
You made
am.
it. And none would have been the wiser.
I stayed up late watching crappy college basketball and action.
So I was like,
and-
so were you up late? Did you go out? And he's like, no, I was up late watching college basketball. It was Cal Baptist and Bo Diddley Tech.
Northern Colorado.
And I was like, wow, I'm a hardcore basketball dude, but I ain't staying up to watch that.
Yeah. Well, before that, I also watched the Illinois and Alabama game.
Well, that was a game.
It was
Okay.
worth a great job by Alabama. They covered at least. They did their
Alabama's-
job.
man, I'll tell you
They're-
what, that SEC is.
Alabama, good sports team.
Ooh, they
good
all the way around.
sports players. And that ended late, but then I was like, oh, well, this game's got a half to go. So I watched the last half of.
Have you finished Cross yet?
Oh yeah, that's over. That's over. I did that. I did that on Tuesday during the day.
Yeah,
Oh, I started that yesterday.
it's good, man.
I'm on one.
It's as good as anything I've seen.
Yeah, it's solid.
I
It's a
wouldn't
solid
say
show.
it's out of this world good.
Yeah,
but it's worth all the way to the end.
Yeah, I liked it.
Did y'all see Lioness?
I'm still in it. Yeah, man, Lioness is awesome.
I
That's
haven't
the best
seen
one
that.
so far.
Yeah,
Paramount Plus has good shows right now.
Tell you what,
They do, but you know what's difficult for me? My Magic Box is for whatever reason isn't showing these Paramount Plus shows.
huh?
They you can watch them, but I can only watch them in real time.
Right, you can't.
Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah. You
So,
can't watch the old ones. Or
You got to watch them when they drop.
Yes,
And wait
and
for
a replay. And so I watched the first 2 episodes of Yellowstone, but I watched them out of order.
Well,
So that's kind of annoying.
I've done that.
So I watched episode 2 because they've done 2 episodes now. I watched episode 2, and then I was like, ooh, Paramount Plus West has.
Oh, there you go. So you have like a 3-hour
That's
window.
the good thing about the Magic Box is I've got every variation of every channel.
oh,
So it's like a 2-hour DVR.
I didn't even know that there was.
You
a
can catch it an
Paramount
hour
Plus.
earlier.
Yes, so
or
I
2 hours later.
I get everything on the West Coast time as well. So I was like, oh, I can
okay.
watch episode 1 right now, and I watched it after. So I'm all caught up. I'm going to try and catch on Sunday, try and just catch a regular episode.
So what network was Cal Baptist on?
ESPN Plus.
ESPN Plus.
Oh, yeah. The
Not ESPN 12. or
no,
what?
all reliable.
Ocho.
Okay.
But, it puts it into perspective, that Magic Box, when you see it all. So ESPN Plus, I assume every sports fan probably has ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
When you pop it up, there's all these.
Yeah,
all
the
when you use the app,
possibilities,
you
yeah.
see all these little boxes with "This is the game today."
Yeah, all the possibilities of.
And in my mind, it's like on a college football Saturday, there's a lot of stuff going on. You don't even know how much stuff is going on ESPN Plus until you see it all listed out, and it's listed by start time on my Magic Box, and it's like volleyball.
Does it look like this on your screen?
No. Well, that's what it looks like on a regular ESPN, like on my television. Like if I had to pull up my ESPN app on my television, that's what it would look
but
like.
Now you just see every one of these on.
I see it like a channel guide.
Oh,
And
okay.
God, that'd be an endless
There's like
scroll.
300 or 400 ESPN Plus channels. And
I'd never stop scrolling.
Oh my!
I would
there's
just sit down
so
and
much
never
going on.
watch anything. My viewing
Right.
would be just scrolling.
The scrolling, right, for 2 hours?
That's all I do.
Yeah.
Maybe this
I'm bad enough
Oh,
as it
yeah.
is scrolling.
Yeah.
Well, this would have you.
You got to know what you want to watch.
Well, yeah, that's what I try to do. I mean, it's the games that I bet on, and I just
Like tonight, you'll be able to watch William and Mary take on Richmond
that'll be.
or Quinnipiac versus
You know what?
Cornell.
I can probably watch.
No, right.
Not only can I watch Quinnipiac and Cornell, I can probably also watch the Lady Cornell at Quinnipiac, because that's usually how it works in those small northeastern schools. Like
Get the JV, the girls.
if the men are on the road, the women are at home. That's how they do
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And so that's another confusion. And it drives me crazy. If I'm like, oh, finally I found the game I want to watch. Boop. Oh, that's the women.
Oh man, that's. They need to put the.
I want to block. I want to
No,
block.
never mind.
I
Never
want
mind.
to block women's college basketball. I want to block volleyball. I want to block college baseball. I want to block all these things from my ESPN Plus. I don't need it.
Yeah, maybe just
Men's
different
volleyball
color.
too, by the way.
Let's just decide on the color, and if I see like blue, I'm not gonna watch blue. I only watch green. Green would be football, and red.
Even
that would be the letters
on the app, like the way you look at it, like there'll sometimes be like a little small W.
Well, yeah, you have to look really close. Like I was going to
It
say,
tricks
or
you.
tonight you could watch TCU Incarnate Word. And then I looked real close
And
and I
there's a
saw
tiny
W.
little W.
I saw W. And then
Mhm.
I thought, well, no one's going to watch that.
No.
Oh, man.
I mean,
That's
yeah, let's just face it.
I'm
Let's
not-
call it
I'm
what
not
it is,
being
man. That's so sexist, but it's so true. All right. Can it be ist if it's true? That's the question.
Yes, it very much is still an ist.
Yeah.
Man, even if it's like a
Even
matter of fact.
I don't make the rules. I don't make them. But yes, even
That
if
is
it's
unfortunate.
True, but because
You
a
can't
lot of
say
them
that.
make
You
a-
can't say that true thing.
well,
I hate that. I hate cancel culture. I hate all of it. Yet here we are.
I was about to. Never mind.
Thank you. All right. When we come back,
Never mind.
we're going to catch up with all the stuff that Rob missed yesterday. I'm going to catch his feelings about some things going on in the world. Catch his feelings about the Spurs' gigantic, massive super victory over the Thunder. Suck on that, Thunder. And we'll
Suck it.
we'll get more thoughts on some of the comments yesterday that we heard from the Dallas Cowboys, not only the players but the brass.
Even though I wasn't here, I gave it all I had yesterday.
Good.
I did.
Well, I went
110% yesterday.
Yeah. You
Hope you
deserve
felt
you
some of it.
deserve to win.
I do. I do deserve to win. I say that every day. And I'm good enough,
We deserve the win.
and I'm smart enough, and I deserve to win.
This is my favorite new quote that I'm gonna play this pretty regularly because I pulled a couple of them from this yesterday. So Micah Parsons had this one,
We're a damn good football team.
and
We deserve to win.
I'm gonna use that one regularly. But I think my favorite quote of the day came from Trayvon, and it applies to this. I had all my alarms set. I planned on waking up on time and getting to work on time.
But
It don't be working out.
It don't be working out.
sometimes it don't be working out. Dude. Yeah, yesterday the sound from Micah. Man.
It don't be working out. All right, we'll be back. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports
Working
Star.
out.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are in good shape right now. No major incidents are going on. Your travel time on 1604 westbound from I-10 to 281. Now, that's almost a 30-minute ride. Should take you about 20 minutes on 1604 northbound from I-10 to 35. 1604 eastbound, Bandera Road to I-10. That's about 5-7 minutes. A 5-minute ride I-10 eastbound from Loop 410 to 35. And no delays right now along 281 southbound 1604 to Wurzbach Parkway. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by eBay. We all got a thing. Yes, even you. If you love fashion, car parts, trading cards, whatever you're into, it's on eBay. So go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
The gummies were.
The gummies are legal?
Ask J.D. Ryan,
I bought some, and boy,
got a Woody?
No, it was awful.
He tripped right on.
Oh my
Did
God!
you buy that at the store?
Yes.
They take a while to hit, and when they hit, it just accelerates. And finally, you got to eat some pie.
Because I gave the rest of them to Bob.
J.D. didn't have any pie.
I had no pie.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Don't let pain hold you back from living your best life. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. At Arasti, we're dedicated to providing fast, effective relief from pain. Whether you've been dealing with a chronic discomfort for years or have recently suffered an injury, our goal is to help you recover quickly. Our treatment is all natural, non-invasive, and covered by most insurance plans. With convenient locations nearby, relief is just a call away. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
The most incredible sale of the year is on right now at Diamonds Direct. Save an extra 20% store-wide. Rings, earrings, bracelets, bands, and designer jewelry. It's our biggest store-wide sale of the year. This weekend only, shop never-before-seen pieces, plus designers' appearances in the store. Save an extra 20% on Diamonds Direct's already unbeatable prices. Plus, the biggest selection of the year starting this Friday through Sunday. For the best selection, quality, and price, shop direct. Diamonds Direct. For details, visit diamondsdirect.com.
I got a line.
He got a line.
She got a line. We got 4 lines. Cricket Nation. Q finger guns. Really easy. Super stress-free. 5G so fast. Like blazing fast. Games and memes. You'll have a blast. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. As we discuss, take it from us. We 4 are one. Cricket Nation.
And only $25 a line. Welcome to more lines. Welcome to Cricket Nation. Smile. You're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Discount varies by line. Fees may apply. Terms and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
The holidays are here
We're at the Home Depot. If you're working on getting ready for company,
a lot of company,
make sure you're ready with Black Friday savings. Get up to 40% off select appliances, plus up to an extra $1,000 off select kitchen appliances. Upgrade your kitchen with top brands like GE Profile and get sleek cutting-edge appliances to make sure you've
got hosting handled.
Yeah, you do. Get Black Friday savings now with free delivery and financing on select appliances this holiday at the Home Depot. Offer valid November 6th through December 4th. U.S. only. See store online for details.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-707-6152. 800-707-6152. 800-707-6152.
Hey guys, it's AJ from the Morning Huddle. Between us, when you hit a certain age, things start to feel a little off, right? You're tired all the time, your energy's low, maybe even your drive isn't what it used to be. And a lot of that comes down to testosterone. And trust me, it can happen to the best of us. That's where Game Day Men's Health comes in. They know how we feel and they make it easy. Game Day Men's Health is over there on Bassey Road across from the quarry. Their office has a relaxed man cave vibe, and they've built a 3-step process that's quick and designed just for us. First, get your T levels checked. Free testosterone test at their in-house lab. Then you meet with a licensed provider to create a customized plan. And finally, you'll get those fast weekly treatments. After a month, you're going to notice a difference. More energy, better mood, and a kick in your libido. Don't settle. Be the best version of yourself. Call Game Day Men's Health, 210-900-3691. That's 210-900-3691. Feel better, be better at Game Day.
What's on? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Rob, yesterday you missed Micah talking about how the Cowboys are still a really good team, and don't believe all this. Just sometimes results don't tell you the whole story, because they were in striking distance in that game
until the fourth quarter, so I've been told. Now, most of us were asleep by then, so I missed the fact that they were in striking distance.
I said, oh, how convenient, because the final score of the Ravens game and the 49ers game looked like you were in striking distance, but those games were not close. They were not competitive games, even though they looked like it. So it's hard for you to sell me on a game that, this game doesn't look as close as it really was. And in fact, this game was closer. This was probably the tightest home game they've played this year.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things. You ever sat down with somebody who looked normal, and then you start a conversation, and then they say something so outlandish, that there's no need to carry on. Well, you sit down with someone there, and I remember very vividly it was like at a bar, not a bar, but kind of at a patio kind of thing where you shouldn't have been crazy. And there was a guy sitting around the corner, and we're watching something, and I remember turning and talking to him, and he said something immediately about some kind of flat earth things. He said something, and I went, well, there is really no need for me to continue to talk to you, because I can tell from that statement, you're nuts. And the moment I heard Micah yesterday go, we're a damn good football team. Either you're lying through your teeth or you're crazy. One or the other, because you're so freaking delusional, I can't even have a conversation with you because you're not operating on the realm of...
Yeah, we don't play by the same rules.
Yeah, you're seeing things so entirely different. We can't even have a conversation. If you think that this is a damn good football team, if you honestly believe that that's where we are, then what on earth are we here to talk about? Because you think you're doing everything right.
Right. Yeah, I run into that on Twitter pretty regularly.
Yeah, you get one statement, you're like, what's the point? There's no way that we can converse because you're operating on a level that most human beings aren't.
I had a couple people who were getting on me about the boxing stuff on Netflix. And one person, the first person, well, one guy was like Rosie Perez he was defending Rosie Perez. He had a Puerto Rican flag in his bio, and he was like, "Why doesn't Rosie Perez being on the broadcast make sense to you?" I said, "Because being a famous fan of a sport doesn't necessarily make you a good commentator."
You got her a gig.
They already had a weak booth because Mauro Ronaldo sucks, and quite frankly, Roy Jones sucks. But at least his name's Roy Jones, and he's got some credibility. So bringing in this lady with the distracting voice wasn't ideal, but he was like, she did exactly what she's supposed to do. She's not there to give boxing footwork analysis lessons.
Then what the hell is she there for?
That's why I said, yeah, she's a color commentator. What is she supposed to do exactly? Like, okay.
Sometimes when you win.
But the other guy was, when we were talking about
I know what you're saying.
The girl fight.
Yeah.
And the girl who got, he was like, hey, so you're telling me the girl who's got the busted up face should have won the fight? I was like, well, yeah, she got her face busted up by a headbutt. And he's like, well, look at him. Who got in a fight? It's a real easy way to tell who won. And finally I was like, I can't have a rational boxing conversation with you because you're not a rational person.
You're right.
And then once you tell people that, it really makes your life a lot easier.
Seriously. My daddy says,
I'm not going to continue this.
Don't try to make sense out of nonsense.
Yes.
Don't try to make sense of it because there's no way. And if you start to, you get in the mud with them. They never come to you. You end up going there because it's crazy.
Like,
we're a damn good football team.
If you talk to a Cowboy fan today, like you and your buddies, like I'm sure you run with other Cowboy fans.
Oh, we meet in silence. We have a secret handshake.
I mean, like,
are you a fan?
And usually, I'm sure you've done this a lot with Aggie as well. But like, there's been seasons where the team's not good, but I'm sure there's a guy in your friend group who's like,
oh yeah,
it's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
We're actually we're a play or two here.
Yeah, that
from
third string quarterback completed 8 of his passes yesterday.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's friend groups out there with a Cowboy fan who's like, if they run the table the rest of the season, they can make the playoffs, and then they get in the playoffs. Who knows? Maybe Dak will be back by then. And it's and then you can, when you hear that, you just say, "Oh, well, you're a crazy person."
Yeah. So is the sky blue in your world?
But now and I understand in a way, like the irrational thought process of, man, I'm in it. I see every day what we do. I know we're better than what we're showing. But to say we're a damn good football team.
Like, who are you trying to convince, me or you?
We're a damn good football team.
What the hell? And, if you're holding a mic, do you almost bust out laughing in front of him when he says something like that? You go, oh, you were serious.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah.
I mean,
even as a Cowboy fan, you're
well, that's why he said it on his podcast where no one could reply directly.
If you're Vic's sitting on the other side of the glass recording this, do you turn on your mic and go?
Hey,
oh,
Micah,
sorry, that was real.
Yeah, Micah, you want to have another run at that one? You want to cut? Let's start over where you don't say that crazy thing.
Yeah, you're reading the wrong script.
Yeah, the comeback's going to be pretty ridiculous on this one, boss.
Yeah, that made my day yesterday.
Okay, well, so what is crazier? That or the day before McCarthy on the other drop we have?
We deserve to win.
We deserve to win.
We deserve the win.
What the? See, those are it's so far out of what is even considered remotely rational.
Here's why I think, it's a close race. Let me start there. But at least with McCarthy could step back and say, you know what? We're doing all the right things in practice. We're putting in the work. Like, we deserve better results than what we're getting. You can spin it that way.
I think you could if you said it exactly like you said it. But that's
I said it in a normal way.
A fine line to step across.
We deserve the win.
No one deserves to win.
He said it in a way that I think is crazy. Now, Micah could say, we are a more talented team than our record shows that we are. And I would have said, you know what, you're right.
Yeah, which makes it even worse. But that's a whole other thread.
When you are 3-7, you can't.
We're a damn good football team.
No, there's never in the history of time. There's never been a damn good 3-7 football team. There just hasn't been.
At least in his world, things are okay.
There's been you're okay. You're okay.
Could
football
be worse.
Team. Like the Bengals, you're okay. The Bengals aren't damn good. They're okay. They're better than their 4-7 record would suggest. They're okay.
But dude, you're putting up biblical, like ongoing, never be broken records right now.
Yeah,
you've lost every home game until recently by 20 or better.
No, they were down in that. Yeah. They were down by 20 in that game.
So you hold now what is an all-time NFL record, but you're a damn good football team.
Yeah, you set the record with 5 consecutive home games where you trailed by at least 20 points.
All right,
and then you broke that record last week against the Texans. Made it 6. Made it a even half dozen. We'll see. Lucky number 7.
Yeah.
Lucky number 7 on the way.
It don't be working out.
Sometimes it just don't be working out.
Sometimes.
It don't be working out, according to my boy Trayvon. All right. When we come back, we'll get a recap on the Spurs and see if Rob thinks they've got a chance to hoist the Emirates Cup. Because as we all know, now we're what's the tag? It just means more.
It just means more.
It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are in good shape right now. No major incidents are going on. Your travel time on 1604 westbound from I-10 to 281. Now that's almost a 30-minute ride. Should take you about 20 minutes on 1604 northbound from I-10 to 35. 1604 eastbound Bandera Road to I-10. That's about 5-7 minutes. A 5-minute ride I-10 eastbound from Loop 410 to 35. And no delays right now along 281 southbound 1604 to Wurzbach Parkway. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by eBay. We all got a thing. Yes, even you. If you love fashion, car parts, trading cards, whatever you're into, it's on eBay. So go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
After you use Bounce Dryer Sheets and realize how fresh, soft, less wrinkled, and less staticky your laundry can be, you'll put a sheet on your every time. Like those socks that smell like they've been through a marathon. Put a sheet on or that blanket that's got wrinkles on its wrinkles. Put a sheet on maybe even your chatty coworker who keeps distracting you. Okay, Bounce Dryer Sheets can't do it all. But for fresher, softer, better laundry, put a sheet on it with Bounce.
It's Black Friday build-up at Lowe's. Get a head start on Black Friday all month long with exclusive deals. Right now, get 25% off select pre-lit artificial Christmas trees just in time for the holidays. And get a free select tool when you buy a select battery or combo kit. So don't wait to save. Shop these deals in-store or online now because Lowe's knows deals. Valid 11/21 through 11/27 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
I got a line.
He got a line.
She got a line. We got 4 lines. Cricket Nation. Q finger guns. Really easy. Super stress-free. 5G so fast like blazing fast. Games and memes. You'll have a blast. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. As we discussed, take it from us. We for our one Cricket Nation.
And only $25 a line. Welcome to more lines. Welcome to Cricket Nation. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Discount varies by line. Fees may apply. Terms and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Football season is heating up, and Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action while watching football. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. The app is really simple to use. Pick 2 or more players across any sport, pick more or less than their projection, and you could win up to 100 times your money. Prize Picks even invented the flex play, so you can still cash out if one of your picks doesn't hit. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code PRIMETIME and get $50 credit instantly when you play $5. That's code PRIMETIME on Prize Picks to get $50 credit instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, run your game. Must be present in certain states where it is lawful to wager. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Jason Minix here from the Blitz for Underdog Fantasy, the place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while watching sports. And I love playing the Pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy, where you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on player stats. Think basketball, think football. You can mix, you can match across your other favorite sports and leagues and win money watching sports. And this season, Underdog will be running a special promo or bonus almost every single day, like Profit Boost. Pump up your winnings in just a tap when you apply the boost to eligible entries. Discounts, you'll get adjusted projections on certain player stats to give you a better shot at the win, and they're basically a sure thing with their free picks. A player just has to get higher than 0.5 for that stat pick to win. All new users get a free pick. So download the app, sign up with promo code STAR, and deposit now to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Promo code STAR. Must be 18 or over, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 6:30. The Aggies take on the Auburn Tigers. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game coverage begins at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. The NFL is on. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
We have all the same giveaways today that we've been having?
Yeah.
I didn't know because I showed up late.
It's all the same, including, what was the one?
Sir Roderick Stewart.
Story so far, I think?
Story so far.
The story so far.
Now, the Rod Stewart one, man, I think people are jacked for that one.
We're going to give away the Rod Stewart tickets a little different. I'm going to make you guys, I'm going to make you work for him today. If you want to go see Sir Roderick Stewart, you're going to work for it.
What is,
You're going to work for it, hun.
What's the story so far?
A rock and roll outfit. No, they're like the pop punky, like, it's, my best way of describing it, it was like, the kind of, it's on Minix and Pledger's playlist. That's probably the best way to describe it.
Oh, little blink action.
Yeah.
I got you.
Probably a little three-piece outfit.
Well, I just Googled him because I had no idea. Get ready to experience the raw energy and infectious spirit of the story so far.
The raw
One of the leading forces in the pop-punk revival.
That's right, baby.
Known for powerful anthems, emotionally charged lyrics, and dynamic live shows. And let's not kid ourselves, they've got live armadillos in their pants. The Carnival. Let's see here.
Is that they actually do have live armadillos in their pants?
I know, I put that in there.
Oh. You never
I
know.
just felt like it should.
There are live coyotes at our property here.
I tried to make one an X, a former live coyote. I almost ran it. I would have run it over with my car.
They better not be messing with my cat friend.
Well, that's my fear. That's why when I pulled up this morning, right next to our dumpster. And for those of you who don't know where we are, our studio is in the midst of a gigantic antenna farm.
Yeah.
We've got 400-foot antennas for about, what do you figure, 30 acres around us?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wide open land. And I saw two coyotes standing next to our dumpster. And we have some pet feral cats, some friendly cats that are taken care of by AJ and others here. And there are times where cat food is left out for the stray
And
cats.
sometimes he eats MREs.
And sometimes if it's whatever's available. But, I mean, that's a nice thing. But part of that is if the cats don't eat it, the coyotes will. And so, anyway, I pulled up, and that coyote was there. And one scattered, but one kind of got frozen in the headlights. And once he hezzied, I looked like Derrick Henry. I put my head down. I was coming. And I gassed the car, and it turned and it ran toward the building behind our studio. So I followed it. And it turned the corner. And as I was trying to chase, I don't know if I'd have driven into the grass, but I'd have done everything I could to get it. But I was right on his tail. I'd gotten to about 10 feet away. And it turned a corner, and I think it ran underneath the building behind us.
Okay.
I didn't see where it went, but it lost me.
And you suggested I should not shoot it.
Well, there is nothing even remotely good about a coyote. For everyone you see, there's 100 you'll never see. And they're eating kittens and chickens and things you don't want to deal with. Now, they do take care of some things, and we need some coyotes. We got far too many, trust me. Take them out. But it's the pulling of a trigger. I don't think I'd be mad, but the thing is we're surrounded by houses. That barrel better be aimed down. You know what I mean?
If I were shooting towards the 30 acres.
But you're still about 20 acres back there do have houses.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You'd need to be – I wouldn't go anything stronger than a very soft-shelled 22.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Something that ain't going to travel more than about 50 yards with any kind of velocity.
I have been in trouble before I was at my mom's ranch. My mom has, 50, 60 acres out in Shiner. And I got a 9mm pistol for Christmas one year.
That's probably a little big.
And we would let balloons go up in the air and then and then shoot.
Well, if you're out on a farm, that's different.
You know,
See, you're allowed to do that stuff out on a ranch. You can do that stuff.
And we'd shoot the balloons
as long as
out
there's
of the
nothing a mile that direction. Go ahead, man. That's the great thing about that.
Well, apparently, someone said that they heard the shooting and they said a bullet hit their window.
See, that's a fear. That's the.
And
yeah, dude.
Then they said
shoot a shotgun.
I know. It's probably. I mean,
probably wise.
I've done that too.
Yeah, but that's boring. Shotgun at a balloon.
That's easy.
I could do it with a blindfold. Just
Just
tell me shoot east,
that
west,
doesn't
or
take
north.
any skill. It takes skill to shoot a balloon out of the air with a 9mm.
Well, see, I need a dove to fly about the speed of a balloon some days.
Well, could you shoot it with a 9mm?
Fat? No, there's no way I could pick a dove out of the air with a 9mm. I wish I could brag about things like that. I know my limitations. I'm not taking a bird out of the sky with a pistol.
Yeah, so I had gotten basically sued by this person, and then my lawyer sent them a countersuit, and they quickly dropped theirs.
Because it'd be very difficult to prove.
Yeah, and
you're in Texas. Half the people around here just pull the trigger.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, you're gonna come find me.
If I kill, but if I see a coyote, I don't know. We'll see.
Just don't let.
If I find out that coyote was messing with my cat,
needed killing, man.
Needed killing.
Needed
You
killing.
say that's a rule? That's a rule. You need killing. I'll take care of you, Bubba.
That's a defense. Well, no, I just needed killing. Fair enough.
That's it. All right. Now that I was supposed to talk to you about the Spurs here, but we'll do that next. It's the morning huddle on not the Spurs. The Thunder needed killing. It's 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know what needs killing is that live turkey that's going to be on your plate in just a little bit over a week and a half. And I'll tell you what, I think those Berber Farm turkeys that are going to be down here from Tri-County are walking around today having their last fine meal in preparation for your fine meal just a couple of weeks away. If it's time for your Turkey Day turkey, you need to head over to and check at Tri-County meat markets if they still have any of those Berber Farms turkeys. I think they've probably run out, but you never know. They're never frozen, so you don't have to worry about that. And they go between 8 and 24 pounds, but you got to go to Tri-County to get them. I tell you what, I've already reserved mine. I did that a couple weeks ago. If you haven't, go give them a call today to find out. But, that's a week or so away, and not everybody wants turkey on their Thanksgiving platter. Maybe you're looking for a good ham. Maybe you're looking for a big old rib roast. Maybe you're looking for something unique on your Thanksgiving Day platter. Tri-County will certainly have that. And, of course, they'll have all the specials as we head through the holiday season. You got friends and family coming over. Show off your grilling techniques with the great meal coming from Tri-County Meat Market. You cannot go wrong with one of those 1.5-inch bone-in ribeyes, or maybe you want to show off with one of those tomahawks that can feed a family of 8. or maybe it's one of those special meals that you do over the holiday season when you invite all your friends and family over, and maybe it's Cajun. Maybe you're going to go with something unique, the things that you can only find at Tri-County Meat Market. Looking for a new rub? Need all the charcoal or the pellets? They got that too. 2 locations over on Huebner, out on Ralph Fair. The 5 for $30 is always in play, and when you got fans and friends coming over, that 5 for $30 pays for itself. There's 2 meals in that bag, I promise you. Tri-County Meat Market there. Head over and put some good meat on the grill, and I know you're going to be thanking me later.
If you missed the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you missed this.
There's a buzzer that got buzzed right out in front of the radio station. I had to slow down enough to let a truck go by.
You got to straddle it, man. You straddle it.
No bleep. My car is too low to the ground.
It would have been fine.
All right, Joe, during a commercial, is going to go straddle a buzzer.
That sounds nasty.
You got to down to Austin Highway and straddle a buzzard.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Introducing TGL, presented by SoFi, golf's newest league on ESPN and ESPN+. This isn't your average Sunday pickup game. To learn more, visit tglgolf.com and tune into the inaugural season beginning January 7th. Keep up. It's golf.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch any big game with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. Football, basketball, all the fights. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, the Roo Pub, right next to the Angry Elephant. 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
When there's work to do, ground to break, and a reputation to uphold, you need the powerful, durable Kubota RTVX, North America's #1 selling diesel utility vehicle. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months or save up to $1,000. Now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
When your business needs an electrician, for over 35 years, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio. Powered by relationships with dedicated estimators who analyze the issue, research cost-effective solutions, and clearly communicate the options without charging you a dime. A proven process that allows you to continue focusing on your unique purpose. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or hill-electric.com.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's the land of the free and the home of student drivers ready to back into your new fence at any given time. It's firing up a round of burgers and dogs on your rusty grill with a faulty gas line that engulfs your tool shed in flames. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks, "How's your French going?" you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
How about them Spurs? Got themselves a win on the biggest stage, Rob.
You know, we talked about
the grandest stage
that asphalt jungle that is the Frostbank Center.
Yeah.
Under the Emirates umbrella.
That's right.
We talked about it pregame. You know, when you have small ball like that, it can be fun. I mean, and when you're sharing the ball like that, and they certainly shared it. They were making extra passes sometimes to a fault, but it opened the door for a lot of dudes. And Steph Castle and Keldon Johnson just played out of their minds. And, hey, they'd like to welcome Charles Bassey to the 24-25 season. I talked about I thought it might be an opportunity to see more Mamu. No.
He's kind of buried on the –
because AJ, his defense is so bad.
Yeah.
It's so atrocious, and his offense and his activity just isn't enough to justify the defensive lack. So Zach's got it, and now it's an opportunity for Charles to kind of play back to the level we saw 2 years ago. We lost him so early last year, AJ, to the knee, that we really didn't get a taste of what this was a two-way find that really was a Brett Brown, oh, by the way, this kid can play. He was up at Philadelphia playing for their G League team. He was from San Antonio, went to high school at St. Anthony High School for a year. Big explosion there. He ends up transferring to Memphis and turned his two-way deal from Philadelphia and arriving in San Antonio into a legitimate, what looks to be an NBA career. And he's going to make his bones with offensive rebounds. And his first opportunity, he was in the paint consistently around the ball when they were playing offense. That's what's going to be his bread and butter, and he did it. Man, it was because he did it, and because the extra opportunities he provided that got this small ball thing going. And Oklahoma City kind of rolled in. I think they felt like this was going to be an easy one.
Yeah.
I think once they saw no Devin and no Wemby, that that the Spurs would be what the Spurs have been for the last couple of years, competitive for 2.5 quarters and would collapse. And that's not what happened.
You know, Bassey went to Western Kentucky, and when he was there, he was like a multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year in Conference USA. He didn't have to score, and he would be the most impactful guy on the floor. Like he was that kind of a defender, always undersized. Yep. But if you're looking for a small ball big man,
he was perfect
on one end of the floor. He is your guy.
So that was my major question. Did anybody see a win? No one saw a win.
No,
but Keldon is rounding into form. This is, as long as Keldon acts like he has only a couple of minutes to live when he's playing, you're like, dude, you got 5 minutes. You better get it all in now. And he gets to play until he's not like that. That Keldon is a long-term Spur Keldon. That's a sixth man kind of Keldon. How many threes did he pull out in the first quarter? Or how many points did he pull?
Oh, I don't know. He carried him early.
That was one of those things that, as we have waited for Keldon's maturation, and he had to mature into big body Keldon as a starter, skinny body Keldon as a starter. Now we got skinny body and six man, and it is working, and in no small part because he just goes out and does things. At least he did the other night. He wasn't passive, wasn't standing with his hands up, waiting for the ball. He went out and made things happen. And when Keldon makes things happen, Keldon is a very effective NBA six-man.
Jazz come into town tonight. The Spurs, a paltry 3.5-point favorite.
Well, this is still a team that's going to ride the roller coaster.
I mean,
I have no Wemby, no Devin.
I was gonna say that's the assumption is those two guys are out, which makes this line a little tighter.
Well, it's your guy. The reason the line is tight is Walker Kessler and the size that they bring.
Yeah, and because there's no one to combat that.
We don't have that, so they're going to have to continue to shoot. And we know the Spurs really, at the end of the day, are not a good shooting team. They're a streaky team. So if I was playing money like that, I think it's threes. But if the Spurs only need to be at about 80% of what they were against Oklahoma City to beat Utah,
under.
Yeah, you got to feel that way.
Under. Even without Wemby on the floor, which usually you want Wemby on the floor if you're hoping for a few points, but there's not going to be any easy things at the bucket tonight. And a lot of the way the Spurs get their easy points at the bucket is Wemby draws something away, and early in the season it was Sohan taking advantage because people were like, okay, well, what's Sohan going to do, beat us? No. And then he would get a cheap dunk. Keldon's gotten some of that since Sohan's been hurt, but now without Wemby, I don't think those exist.
Kessler's out.
Oh, Kessler's out?
Clarkson's out.
Well,
it's
just
game
kidding.
Time. Wemby out and Sohan definitely out.
Forget the under then.
Well, no
whole
Wemby,
game's
no
a mess.
Sohan. We don't have word on Devin.
Whole game's a mess. Don't bet money on this game. Don't bet money on the game. All right, we'll be back. Hour number 2 of the Morning Huddle coming up right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
This is the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville. 1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at noon. The boys are on the East Coast for their first of 2 arch rival meetups this season with the Washington Commanders.
I like this kind of party!
Pre-game starts at 11. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
You asked for it, you got it! How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This report is sponsored by eBay. We all got a thing. Yes, even you. If you love fashion, car parts, trading cards, whatever you're into, it's on eBay. So go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Do you think when people commit suicide, they go to hell?
No.
Why?
Absolutely
The Bible
not.
says that, doesn't it?
Nope, it does not say that anywhere.
Deep question there, John.
It doesn't say that.
Bob, what do you think?
No, the Bible does actually not say that. They don't go to hell. They go to Toledo.
Which is worse. A lot worse.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Hot tubs, hot tubs, hot tubs. This weekend only, the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Expo is at Retama Park, presented by your local Sweetwater Hot Tubs. Hot tubs as low as $99 a month. 0% financing, save thousands. Swim spas up to $10,000 off. A huge display of hot tubs from your local family-owned Sweetwater Hot Tubs, all for immediate delivery. Hot tubs, swim spas, and cold plunges up to 40% off. Don't miss out on your chance to save thousands this weekend at Retama Park. HotTubTreatShow.com.
If you're a bacon lover, boy, do I have good news for you. Hi, this is Mike Kilbasa, and we've just made our legendary dry-cured bacon available at H-E-B. This is bacon made the way it was made in the old days, with no water, no chemicals, just 4 simple ingredients and real hickory smoke. The result? A slow-crafted bacon with a bold flavor our fans know and love, now in a new package. Life is too short for watered-down bacon, so if you don't see Kielbasa dry-cured bacon at your H-E-B, ask the store manager or visit Kielbasa.com to find it at a store near you.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's the land of the free and the home of student drivers ready to back into your new fence at any given time. It's firing up a round of burgers and dogs on your rusty grill with a faulty gas line that engulfs your tool shed in flames. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? Jason Minix here from 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now, sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first. On your timeline, no waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home and make price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first, sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks, "How's your French going?" you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We've cleared a lot of our trouble, had a lot of stalls that were off to the shoulder, all clear. Your travel time right now on 1604 northbound from I-10 to 35 through Live Oak. Expect at least a 25-minute commute. Solid 30 minutes on 1604 westbound I-10 as you make your way on over to 281. On 281 southbound Bassey to 35, that's about 5-6 minutes, and 35 northbound from Loop 410 to 1604, 7-8 minute ride. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The San Antonio Spurs return to action tonight at 7 against the Utah Jazz. They look to get back to 500 on the season. Wemby and Devin Vassell will both be out again for that game. Thursday night football is right here on San Antonio Sports Star as the Steelers take on the Browns. It all starts at 6:30 pregame on your home for the NFL. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hour number 2. The Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Did you get to look at the list of potential Hall of Famers for the NFL class this year?
I saw a tweet from Fighting Texas Aggie Richmond Webb, who was on the senior committee nomination. Okay. And that's, once I saw that, I reached out and congratulated him. My brother always tells a story. We were all at A&M together, and Richmond graduated with my brother. And when you're a junior or at the end of your sophomore year, after so many hours, you have to declare a major at A&M at that point. You couldn't just be a general studies major. And my brother was in line waiting to go see his counselor, to figure out what his major or how he's going to do stuff. And as he was told he was going to have to pick something, he heard Richmond Webb go, "Yeah, so I'm on track to graduate with a general studies degree." And he was like, "Yeah." So he could have done it if he was a football player, but he was not. So I saw that nomination from the senior committee, which I think the Miami Dolphin career he should be in. But that's all I really paid attention to. I mean, who were the likelies? Don't we have 3 first ballot not for sure types?
Eli Manning is a first timer.
Yeah, I think he's a for sure, even though I could find enough arguments against, but he's a for sure.
Luke Kuechly is a first timer.
See, that's the Terrell Davis asterisk entry.
Yeah. I mean, he was great for a short amount of time.
And if Terrell Davis got in, then Luke Kuechly doing a different thing gets into.
Terrell Suggs is
no question.
I think he's the one no-brainer first timer on this.
No question at all.
Adam Vinatieri's a first-time ballot guy.
No question.
Earl Thomas.
No question.
And all-pro guard, 2-time all-pro guard Marshall Yonda is also on the list.
I hear tell he was pretty good too.
So, and you add those guys to the list that was already eligible or is already finalist: Eric Allen, Jared Allen, Willie Anderson, Anquan Bolden, Jari Evans, Antonio Gates, James Harrison, Rodney Harrison, Torrey Holt, Robert Mathis, Steve Smith Jr., Fred Taylor, Hines Ward, Ricky Waters, Reggie Wayne, the aforementioned Richmond Webb, Vince Wilfork, Steve Wisniewski, and Darren Woodson.
The sad thing is every player you named is great.
Yeah.
But I would only say about a third of those dudes are going to get in.
Well, only 5 of them are going to get in this year.
That's what I'm saying. So of all those great names, think about the list that you offered. And every one of them great. Torrey Holt.
I mean,
maybe. I mean, every one of them you go.
Dude, Torrey Holt's been waiting a long time.
And I don't think it's going to happen now. But for those of us who saw him play, you go, well, he had a Hall of Fame career, but the problem with Torrey Holt was he was never even the best receiver on his team.
Yeah.
But he had a Hall of Fame career. I said Earl Thomas immediately. That whole question about safety. I mean,
is Earl Thomas more deserving than Darren Woodson?
Yeah, there's a bunch of safeties that got left out for so long that now you can't justify the ones that should be in because some of the great ones never got in.
Suggs is the one guy that I'm certain is going to be in.
No question.
And it's funny, Torrey Holt, like when you compare him to Reggie Wayne, how do you...
Reggie Wayne, same thing. A great career, but a lot of the times Marvin Harrison was better.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't even the best guy on his team, and it's really hard to justify putting him in.
And that's Anquan Bolden's problem. He played with Larry Fitzgerald for most of his career.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that does make it tough. Fred Taylor, to me, Fred Taylor has all the numbers to do it. He's much like Ricky Waters.
Yep.
He's like kind of a forgotten guy.
If you were a fantasy player, you fondly remember him, but average Joe? No, just a good guy on a good team.
I think one of either Jared Allen or Robert Mathis, one of those pass rushers will get in.
I think Jared Allen's going to get in because when he was at his best, he was truly the best.
I think Eli will get in, but I don't think it'll be this year. I think they'll make him wait a year.
That would be kind of not karmic, and it would be appropriate because I don't think anybody can argue by the numbers, by the market, by the Super Bowl he deserves to get in. But he's on the bottom edge,
Yes.
and maybe he should have to wait a year. But on the other side of that, when you think Super Bowl, you think great moments in sports, you think David Tyree with the ball pinned to his head. I mean, it's kind of that you got to get in.
We talked about it yesterday. Of the 9 eligible players, there's 13 quarterbacks have won multiple Super Bowls. 4 of them aren't eligible for the Hall of Fame. But of the 9 that are, 8 of them are in the Hall of Fame.
It's just hard to deny them.
Jim Plunkett is the one that's not. But I don't know. I mean, it is hard to deny him. But you can say, well, if Eli's in, Ben Roethlisberger's in. Like Ben Roethlisberger's numbers warrant being in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I think Ben's in. I think he's a first ballot guy.
But if you compare Ben Roethlisberger's numbers to Eli Manning's numbers, Eli Manning's not even in the stratosphere with Ben Roethlisberger.
And that's the thing about
Eli's going to get in on 2 games. That's crazy to think, but he is.
But there's precedent. Was Joe Namath a Hall of Famer?
No.
But
yeah.
So I think once you set the precedent. Once I call it the Terrell Davis asterisk. Once you let short-term greatness be enough, then there's you got to start building some wings because there's a lot of guys that were short-term great. And go down that list again, like Jared Allen, short-term great, man, but for 4 years, holy cow. But after and before, not so much.
And there are multiple Super Bowl quarterbacks. It's like I said, it's almost a lock to get in. If you dig into the numbers on a guy like Terry Bradshaw, you'd go, that guy's a Hall of Famer. Yeah. Quite frankly, you dig into the numbers on Troy Aikman, and you go, that guy?
It's kind of like you had to be there. You had to have seen it.
Yeah, but Troy Aikman was probably never even one of the 5 best quarterbacks when he was playing.
No, didn't have to be.
It didn't have to be. And Eli Manning was never one of the 5 best quarterbacks when he was playing, but he was on a couple teams that held up a trophy, and that'll do it.
And I think and that's enough for what the NFL wants. That's enough.
Yeah, Antonio Gates is one that I would push to get in. Kind of one of those guys who I think kind of changed the game at tight end. He and Tony Gonzalez were peers, but those 2 dudes, it was like they were unstoppable. The basketball guy becoming a tight end.
That wave that began with Gates and Tony, and now we see it so much.
It went to Gronk, and
we could name many. It's going to all start with him, and we're going to see a bunch of tight ends going over the next 10 years.
I think so. It's become just such an important piece of the game. But Antonio Gates certainly one of the guys that was at the forefront of that. But yeah, it's wild. I mean, great players, but you're right. Only about a third of them are going to be in eventually.
Too bad, but there's no shame.
That's why, like your guy Richmond Webb.
No, he ain't got to get in.
Yeah, good luck.
I mean, it's so hard to justify. But again, this is one of those few things that truly, just to be nominated. I know once you're nominated, it sucks not to get in. Ask Drew Pearson how it bothered him for 20 years.
Yeah.
But just to be nominated, man, to be on a list like that.
But I love that the NFL is tough to get in as opposed to like the Basketball Hall of Fame.
I waffle because, some of me says it is the Hall of Fame and good ain't good enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But other part of me says a lifetime achievement, a well-earned thing. You were already such a minute percentage, and you even managed to float to the cream in that level. It's worthy. Why not? Why would I not want this guy to get in? Because it's as much for him as for me. I don't care if I have to go look at this guy because I know he was good enough to be there.
Here's my thought. If it's not a guy that, like, if my son sat me down and asked me about, like, players, what am I going to tell if my grandson in 20 years wants me to tell him, hey, Grandpa, tell me about Hines Ward. Tell me about Reggie Wayne. Like, am I going to have some great tales to tell about how great these guys? No.
And I agree that if you can't tell the story without them, they have to be in.
That's why Eli is going to get in.
Yeah, because you can't. You have to tell the story of the Tyree catch. You have to tell the story of the circumstances of the Giants when he did it. And good, bad, or indifferent, that's how it is. And I don't have a problem with it. I really don't. Because while Terrell Davis only did it for, 3 years? Those 3 years, you could not tell the story of the NFL without him. 2,000 yards and all that? Yeah, I get it. You're in.
Whereas the Basketball Hall of Fame, it's like, oh, you played basketball?
Well, you did it for 20 years and people liked you, you're in. That's kind of it. And, why do I have a problem with it? Put them in. I might walk through there and go, who's that guy or girl? But as long as somebody knows them.
Yeah, I guess.
The older I get, the
it's
easier.
a Hall of Fame. It's supposed to be like.
I might have to reevaluate that, but I've never been too hardcore against. No, that guy does not belong. If we bring him up and you go, didn't do anything too terrible. Team was good enough and he was better than most.
Didn't do anything too terrible.
That's kind of my attitude, man. And also, if I hate inductees post-mortem.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
Yeah, I don't want that either.
Just because the poor guy or lady died hoping to get in, and now the kids get to enjoy it, that's the worst.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying put everybody in. If it's close, put them in. Don't let them die without.
Let them die.
Let them go.
Dude, you had a good life. You had an NFL career.
Yeah, you got to do it. Maybe that's
you don't need to be in the Hall of Fame. It's all right. Boxing Hall of Fame, that's another one. They let anybody in.
You got a pulse.
Any old scrubby dub gets in.
Well, they got like 9 belts to
got
defend.
more wins than losses. Hall of Fame, baby. Hall of Fame. All right. When we return, we'll preview a little bit of what's going on tonight, including the big one, the one we've all been waiting for, the Browns and the Steelers. Jameis Winston, Russell Wilson, two guys who couldn't have anything more in common.
You know the size of helmet you have to get to cover that ego? The size of helmet that Russell has to get to fit that ego underneath. It ain't easy to find.
Steelers country. Let's ride.
Let's ride.
Let's ride. Talk about that next. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This morning, I hope you stepped into your Connecticut water softened shower and said, it is Small Friday. Let's do it and do it right. I hope that was you. And if that was, carry on about your day. You're doing it right. If you don't have a Connecticut, listen close. I know you probably tried to get one. That was me. When I first bought my first house 25, 30 years ago, I sought advice from people that I knew. And everybody at that moment said, get a Connecticut. Then you'll never worry about it again. And I've been a Connecticut customer ever since. Several houses through those times because Connecticut offers exactly what I'm chasing. Made in the United States. It has absolutely got the awards to show all of the benefits of having a Connecticut. It has the wherewithal in this day and age not to need a motherboard. You don't even plug it in. It works when you work. It saves you salt. It saves you water. It saves you money. Why would you wait? How about waiting till right now? Because if you want it to find out, 90 days, you can call them today. 656-PURE, 656-PURE. Connecticut will come out and put a Connecticut into your home for 90 days. See what I'm talking about. It is a show-me deal, and you're not going to find it anywhere else. And on that 91st day, when you buy a Connecticut, and you'll be just like your neighbors, you're going to get a little bonus, a little something, something. How about something attached to your sink that's going to take care of you? I'm talking about a Connecticut water softener. You're going to get a reverse osmosis drinking station installed on your kitchen sink for free. They've got a variety of styles to match your taste. It's perfect for cooking, perfect for your coffee. You'll never need to buy another water bottle again. your choice of faucets to match your kitchen's hardware. That's for just getting something you need already. Call them at 656-7873. Go to ConnecticutSA.com for all the details. Do yourself a favor. Go get a Connecticut, and you can come on by later and thank me.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 6:30. The Aggies take on the Auburn Tigers. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game coverage begins at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
We all expect our home to protect everything we love. But we don't expect that water is the reason parts of our concrete have gotten so uneven. Walkway tripping hazards, sinking pool deck, cracked driveways are dangerous threats to everyone's safety. But there's one way to learn how your concrete can be lifted. A free home inspection from Foundation Support Specialists. They'll restore your concrete and give you peace of mind. Get your free inspection at FoundationSupportSpecialists.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I think my battery's dead.
With free battery testing and charging, we can help you get back on the road.
Get in zone,
So what if I need a new one?
We have the right Duralast battery for you, only at AutoZone.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
And what about my old battery?
We can recycle it right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
I got a line.
He got a line.
She got a line. We got 4 lines. Cricket Nation. Cue finger guns. Really easy. Super stress-free. 5G so fast, like blazing fast. Games and memes, you'll have a blast. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. As we discuss, take it from us. We 4 are 1. Cricket Nation.
And only $25 a line. Welcome to more lines. Welcome to Cricket Nation. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Discount varies by line. Fees may apply. Terms and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks,
"How's your French going?"
you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Whether you're ordering wings for the game, whipping up a 7-layer dip, or ordering pizza, there's something about football that makes you want to eat. And this football season, Uber Eats has the best deals on game day food. No matter what you're craving, from 2-for-1 pizza to buy one, get one wings, Uber Eats will be dropping new deals each week, all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
The holidays are here at the Home Depot, so let's get to decorating. Find your perfect tree in our huge assortment of shapes, sizes, and styles. Like the easy-to-assemble Jackson Noble fir, with pre-lit branches perfect for styling with all your favorite ornaments. Or the Flock Starry Light Fraser fir, with over 1,900 pre-lit memory wire branches that keep their shape so it's ready right out of the box. Ooh. Find the perfect tree now at the Home Depot.
Hey, this is Greedy. Join me today at 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Back in black. Yeah. Morning Huddle. 94.1. Oh, man. I like that we can play music now.
I know.
Sorry, Brigade Bar. You guys don't get to hear it thanks to the stupid FCC.
Stupid.
Suck it, FCC. Hope you heard that. Take that, That's all I can do.
Drain in the swamp. We'll get this fixed.
I don't know. I think the guy who
who's going to head the FCC?
The guy who one of the guys who wrote Project 2025. I swear to God, that's true.
You see, McMahon is the overeducation.
Yeah. The wife of accused sex offender Vince McMahon.
And it might be, she might do a wonderful job. I don't know. But the funny thing is, when it was announced, the picture that they showed, and I think I was watching CNN, was one with her in the ring being choked out by the Undertaker.
What a world we live in, man.
That's our Secretary of Education up there getting choked out by the Undertaker.
Man.
What a world we live in.
Reading is fundamental.
I recently watched that Vince McMahon documentary.
Yeah. It went over time, and by the time they were getting done, he'd already been accused by so much crap he couldn't talk anymore. His lawyer was like, "You're gonna have to shut up."
Yeah,
man.
He's like the last half episode of the documentary. They're like, Vince McMahon by this point had stopped participating in the documentary.
We've never done a documentary, a friendly documentary where the subject would take the fifth. I'm sorry, I'm going to take the fifth on that.
But he would, he always talked about how into sex he is. He's like, I've got an insatiable sex drive, which is gross because he's an old man. I hate thinking about old people having sex.
Hey.
I know. I don't like to think about you having sex,
idea.
quite frankly.
I'm all about it.
It's disgusting to me. But yeah, he as that show went on, it was like, wait a minute. All this stuff that's, been accused, it's like, yeah, that sort of makes some sense now. The NFL Week 12 gets underway today.
I'll tell you what, tonight is low-key a good football game.
Is it?
It is. Cleveland is going to bring enough offense to make this competitive. Between Judy and what's the other dude? The new guy.
I know.
That connected with Jameis. They've been running the second team for long enough. I think there's enough offense for them to
Tillman.
And Tillman, I think there's enough offense for them to be competitive. I do. I think Jameis he can throw for 300 yards on anybody.
Well, they said last week that the reason why Nick Chubb didn't play a lot was they were saving him for this game.
I think that this is a blood and guts division game with a team in Cleveland that has an opportunity to rewrite the ending of this script. Stefanski could literally save his job and build a platform for the future just on the fact we did it without Deshaun and we did it without Cooper and we got draft picks coming and there's finally some light at the end of the tunnel. They can rewrite this. Pittsburgh, on the other hand, needs to maintain the script that they're writing. That, oh my gosh, we want to be the underdog. We don't want anybody to pay attention to us, but we are low-key capable of beating anybody.
This game, the total in this game is
36.5. Maybe I should redefine this. It might not be a great game. It's going to be a close game. How's that?
That's fair. There's also apparently some pretty gnarly weather in the cards for tonight. So it might be. This is going to feel like an old school AFC North football game
with a little storm. So it is what they scheduled. Even though they scheduled Deshaun and Fields and Tomlin and Cleveland and Stefanski and all the idea when the schedule came up, this has turned out to have a pretty decent couple of threads, at least to keep you interested in watching a football game that's not going to have touchdown. That's going to be a lot of tackles and a lot of ball control, field management football, which I'm fine with on a Thursday night with Pittsburgh.
The one thing that worries me, and this always worries me, when some quarterbacks are not used to playing in weather, and Jameis certainly falls into that category. Florida State guy, spent the majority of his career playing in a dome, and now all of a sudden you're going to be playing in a rain-snow mix.
Oh, not good.
That's not ideal.
I don't know.
Versus a guy who played in Wisconsin.
You're right. And Pittsburgh's game is suited for Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Baltimore. I mean, they're suited to go play in the worst environments.
Although Russell Wilson, the way he plays, it's not great for that weather either. It's when you talk about the moon ball and those passes that are hanging up in the air for 2 or 3 seconds, that's not ideal in bad weather. It's also harder to grip the ball and get a good, get under it in bad weather.
That's where I'm looking to. If you're making your play tonight, I'm looking at turnovers. I'm looking at some areas apart from score. to find some money in there because Jameis is capable of it. And like you just brought up, weather's going to play a huge role. I expect there'll be a fumble or two as well.
Since Jameis Winston took over at quarterback, the Browns offense, Jameis Winston is 16th in EPA per dropback this season, which is strong.
I think they're going to have enough offense to at least keep it close.
Watson was 35th out of 36 qualified.
Good for them.
Like, remember, we told you, remember there was a game where Deshaun Watson, every dropback, he, cost him, a half a point.
Is he even on the sidelines? I haven't watched a game enough to even know. Is he even there? Do they even bring him?
I haven't seen him, but it's also, I don't know how well he's getting around at this point.
I mean, we saw Dak on crutches the other day, and 2 days after surgery.
Well,
you know what I mean.
I feel like an Achilles. I don't know. I don't know what's different.
I mean, if you were truly a team and you were beloved and it mattered, you'd be there. We've seen it enough. I'm just curious, and he might very well be there. I don't know.
I think there's some props to look at on this too. I would bet money that we not only see Justin Fields take snaps tonight.
Yeah.
We will also see Dorian Thompson-Robinson take snaps tonight.
I don't know about it. You think so? Why?
Yeah, because of the weather.
But
I think there's going to be some packages where it's when he's out there, he's going to run. But I think there's going to be some situations where they're going to look to try and change up the run game a little bit.
I'll tell you what. If Stefanski's got nuts that big to tip his hand, go for it. Go for it.
I mean, it just wouldn't shock me. I mean, when in that weather, you need some kind of ability to run the football.
If you have the nuts to roll out against that Pittsburgh defense and dare them to stop you running the ball, and you win, more power to you, man. I'm with it. But that's the kind of thing we're expecting.
Ravens tried that with Lamar, didn't work.
No, not quite. That's what I'm saying. I didn't expect to even look forward to it, but as I've been reading the stats coming into it, I think, of course, Pittsburgh can lose and still be fine.
Right.
And Cleveland, they're done.
Their season's
But
over.
they have an opportunity, both of them, to continue the plot that is developed.
Well, and I also think when you've got a division game like this and these teams hate each other, I think you're always going to get you'll get a A-plus effort.
And I'm rooting for Stefanski. I know I shouldn't.
Yeah, I'm not.
I know I shouldn't.
Whatever.
I mean, he knew what he was getting into, but he's been dealt some rough cards. I'm not sure how in he was on this Deshaun thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes you're stuck. It is what it is. And considering what has happened under his watch, it could have been a lot worse.
I'll say this. Because the alternative tonight is North Carolina State, Georgia Tech, I'll probably be watching the NFL game.
Haynes King, baby.
Yeah, that's bad. That's some bad football. ACC football in general not good, but that's a pretty bad matchup. So I'll probably be watching this game, watching the muck, watching to see what the who's tougher, Pittsburgh or Cleveland, two toughest cities in the NFL.
That's it'd be hard to argue.
Blood and guts. Yeah, I don't know. I also these games often when I know it's just going to be terrible football. At about halftime, I might be watching.
We got Spurs going too.
Oh yeah, okay. I can always fall back on that.
Early.
I might be watching some random West Coast basketball. Who knows?
Does Dallas Baptist have a back-to-back?
They do not. But Baylor
Cal Baptist.
Baylor plays St. John's tonight.
There's a couple of games going off this weekend. We got those tournaments. Those holiday tournaments are kicking into form.
Like the Charleston Classic goes tonight.
Let's see. We got Texas taking on Syracuse tonight in the Barclays Classic. And Tech is going to play St. Joe's, both of them, up at the Barclays tonight. That's going to be on ESPN too. So yeah, it's going to be a good weekend of college.
There is some good basketball. Yeah. If you find yourself watching this game and going, oh my God, I got to get the hell out of here. There are some college basketball options at least, and some NBA options. Baylor, St. John's, Memphis, San Francisco, Seton Hall, VCU, Tennessee, Virginia. If you're feeling really bold, that might look a lot like this football game actually, and Syracuse, Texas, all happening. Miami, Drake too. So there's some decent games going on tonight. Vandy, Nevada. Okay. I can deal with this.
Yeah, I'll keep you occupied.
Yeah, we'll have some decent sports game matches tonight.
Cross or anything?
If what?
If you haven't finished Cross.
I finished Cross already, so I'm good. I finished Cross.
Did you expect the end? Did you pick it out? Did you see it coming?
No. No, they twisted on me. That was pretty good. I still want an explanation of how the buddy was like dead.
Oh, yeah.
And then next thing you know, he's not dead.
Yeah, I don't want to give away too much. But
yeah.
Samson came back. I want to give a shout out before I forget. We're talking basketball. For the first time in my memory, now it might have happened at some point in the last 25 years. I mean, we've had Shaq played here. We've had a variety of professional athletes that started their high school careers here. But right now, Brennan High School, San Antonio Brennan, is number 21 in the country in high school basketball.
I hate when they do national rankings. Like, how do you know?
Well, it's gone by the players on their team. I mean, if you got a guy that's nationally ranked, that normally helps to raise your attitude. But they're 2-0 already, number 21 in the country, one of the higher-ranked schools in Texas, surrounded by Sunrise Christian, one of those factories in Kansas, and Oak Hill Academy is right there beneath them. Allen, Texas, is number 25, according to ESPN. But Brennan, congratulations. Good basketball team. The season's starting. Lots of good tournaments this weekend.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Also, keep in mind, we've got college football here on Friday, tomorrow. Birds up. God bless Birds Up. UTSA plays Temple. They're going to beat the snot out of Temple.
This is one
Temple's
of the,
such a joke.
If you're a third-string senior, and
get ready for some playing time, baby.
Mom and Daddy call them. Make sure they're in the stadium because you're going to get to play on Friday night.
In other local news and nuggets, Incarnate Word off to a good start in hoops. UTSA off to a not good start in hoops. UTSA basketball is dreadful.
Yes, it is dreadful. Coach Clounch, just getting things going. Lots of transfers. They don't even know each other's name. Not quite Kentucky. They don't haven't quite cohesed as well as Kentucky.
Yeah, Incarnate Word's 3-1. Low expectations coming into the year, but they're sitting at 3-1. They've beaten nobody. They beat Southwestern over there in Georgetown, which
smart guys.
Yeah, or wealthy guys. Prairie View A&M and Arkansas Pine Bluff. Those two teams are in the bottom, 20 in the country, and then they lost to Cal Baptist. Ironically,
Coach Harriman, the head coach there. Go watch Incarnate Word. There's a kid on there you might remember.
Jalen Anderson?
TJ Ford Jr.
Oh, what? I was going to say, I know they got a transfer from Ball State. They're getting MAC transfers. Things are picking up. TJ Ford Jr. on the team.
TJ's kid.
Does he play?
Yeah.
I'll be damned. All right. Well, go check it out then.
Yeah. Incarnate Word is kind of a sleeping that were considered to be a basketball school, or thought to be. That was the intent until Coach Kenny grabbed the reins a couple years back and turned them into a football. But
well, who's not a basketball school? UTSA. It's bad shakes, Bubba. I don't know. I guess I haven't paid that much attention, but I guess it's been that way for a while. And
it's been a minute.
There's no real signs of coming out of it.
New coach Clounch came in from Alabama, sat on Nate Oates' bench. Brings that same attitude. It's just his first year. The intent is to turn things around, and they've got a good young coach who has deep recruiting roots in the SEC. Expectation is things will turn quick.
Okay. Yeah. Steve Henson didn't.
Genuinely good guy, but when you come to UTSA, you're going to be handcuffed by facilities.
Yeah.
And if you can't overcome that, periodically Henson would. I mean, he had a couple of guards. Cason Wallace's older brother, Keaton Wallace, a couple years back, we had a tandem of guards that, they were NIT worthy. But when you're playing in a barn, it's just hard to get people to come in. When you could either go to Memphis or you could play at UTSA. Same conference, same level, but the difference in attitude is it's night and day.
I guess that's sort of the underappreciated thing in this conference move when you're talking about football. I mean, we knew it would be even an adjustment there, but I guess I didn't consider like their basketball switch.
The facilities they're playing. UTSA plays in, if it's not the oldest building on campus, it's the second oldest building on campus. legitimately the same gym that has been open since the early 80s.
Okay.
To give you an idea of the facilities that the UTSA men's and ladies basketball program, they're hamstrung. Literally, you have visitors and you come in, your gym looks like a rec center, and which for all intents it was.
Like you said, they're in the same conference as Memphis, Wichita.
That's a religion. Basketball is a religion in Wichita State and in Memphis, and
Temple even.
Yes, and at UTSA, it's not an afterthought by any stretch, but it is certainly not high on the priority.
Kind of an afterthought. All right, we'll be back. We'll wrap up hour number 2 of the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I got to tell you guys about SA Card House. They got a big tournament coming up next weekend. But that doesn't mean that you can't get out there and play this weekend as well, because SA Card House has tournaments going every darn night, friends. And last night they had a $10,000 guaranteed tournament over there. And there's always something going on. If you're not a tournament player, they've got cash games going literally 24/7. There's always a cash game to be had. And it's just it's a great place to play cards. As someone who was playing in Vegas for a good while, I am really appreciative of having a clean room, good service, good dealers, people who are actually happy to be there working instead of someone who feels like they've been sold into a human trafficking ring that's making them deal cards. It's just a great place to play and to spend time. The food, fantastic. I can't tell you enough how good the food is over there at SA Card House. Foster's Bar and Grill. You don't have to be a member to eat the food there. Don't have to be a member to drink the fine booze at the bar. But if you do want to play some poker, there's no better place to play. They're at 281 in Bitters. Check them out on SA_Cardhouse on Instagram or SACardhouse.com to see when the tournaments are, and I will see you on the tables.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Heads up on 35 on the northeast side. Northbound approaching Judson Road. We are getting reports of an accident. A stall at 90 westbound Nogalitos off to the shoulder. Another stall on Highway 90 westbound 1604. Again, off a main lane and off to the shoulder. On Loop 410 southbound Medina Base Road, we're getting reports of a stall. It's off to the shoulder. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by eBay. We all got a thing. Yes, even you. If you love fashion, car parts, trading cards, whatever you're into, it's on eBay. So go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love.
Howdy, Ags. Andrew Monaco, the voice of the Aggies, inviting you to watch all A&M games at the Angry Elephant at 281 in Redland Road. Owned by Chip Ingram, class of 98, the Angry Elephant is known for their liberal cocktails at conservative prices and the best hot dog in Texas. Since 2012, the Angry Elephant's been the place to watch A&M, and this year is no different. Just down from the Big Blind, right next to the Rue Pub at 281 in Redland Road. The Angry Elephant. Like your bar, love your Aggies. Gig 'em.
Hey, this is Rob Thompson here for Prize Picks, my daily fantasy game, and it better be yours. It probably is. There's already 10 million people playing it. You better jump in. We're mid-season now, and this is the time to play because we know what to expect. We're fantasy players. We know if Jaden Daniels is going to go get it. We know if Dak Prescott's got it in him. We know if Pat Mahomes doesn't. That's why Prize Picks is so much fun. Your skill, your knowledge put to use, and there's free money. Prize Picks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with injury insurance so that your lineups stay in play even if your players get injured. If your player leaves in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks keeps your lineup live. They put their members first, too. All withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When picks hit, you can get your money in as quick as 15 minutes. Download the app today and use code ALAMO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code ALAMO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio, and since 1994, I've been representing people and families seriously injured by negligent drivers. I think everyone knows that driving while using a cell phone, texting, posting videos is dangerous. Study after study shows that use of a cell phone like this is the same or worse than driving under the influence. Yet, many people insist on using their cell phones while driving. I've had many cases where my client was injured by one of these people because they chose to use their cell phone. Who are these people? You and I have both seen them, probably today. Men, women, old, young, minivan drivers, truck drivers, 18-wheeler drivers. I know this. The same person that chooses to use their cell phone while driving is the same person who will lie about it later just to avoid taking responsibility. If you choose to use a cell phone while driving and hurt someone, you'd better hope they don't call me. If you or a family member has been injured in a vehicle collision, call me. Jason Thompson, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400.
And Doug. Customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. After that, you can also save me, as I'm currently hanging from the edge of a cliff. To recap, number 1, customize and save. Number 2, time allowing, save me. Shoulders separating!
Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com. Savings may vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
When you're hiring, ZipRecruiter's technology makes finding qualified candidates for your job easy. What if the rest of the world was as easy as ZipRecruiter? Math problems wouldn't be so problematic.
K equals 42.
And summiting Everest would be a walk in the park. In the meantime, if you want to make your hiring easier, use ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, it could be a very big day for the San Antonio Spurs in the city of San Antonio. City Council meets to discuss Project Marvel.
What we learned from City Council today we'll go over on The Blitz. Plus, Stephen Jones will join us. We're live at the Hangar Bar on Petranca with Flight by Yingling. Tickets to go to that Dallas-Cincinnati game. Come see us starting at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jason Minix, and you're listening to the home of the Texas Rangers, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
So help me out, Rob. Explain Project Marvel.
Project Marvel. Well, we'll
what
find
are we
out
looking
today.
at?
Those with the power, those that have a say-so.
Like the Thompson family.
No, not at all. The Weston Urbans, the Spurs, the money guys, at 10:30 today are going to be down at the City Council, and they're going to explain exactly how they're going to spend the roughly $4.5 billion they would like to get to build this entertainment district down there underneath the Tower of the Americas. This will be our first look-see. Obviously, they're not going to ask for all of the $4.5 billion from you and me.
Well, I don't have it.
So we'll spread that mayonnaise thin. We'll try to tax all foreigners living abroad, and then we'll start working our way in and figuring out how to come up with this money. But we're going to find out what this Project Marvel entails today as they provide that to the City Council and the city leaders. Well, by the time the Blitz goes on, we'll have a pretty good picture of what the plan looks like, and I'm sure we're going to get some extravagant drawings, some really cool renderings of what could be and what the plan will be for the next 10 years. It's for good, bad, or indifferent, the conversation regarding stadiums, the Spurs, and the Missions is going to dominate our spring. It's going to dominate spring and summer around San Antonio because the Spurs, the city, are going to come with their hat in hand. They're going to ask us for money one way or another. And it's going to be interesting to see how we respond to that because there is a torrent right now of anti-spending on anything. So it's going to be a fight. We'll see how much they offer and how much, is it going to be worth the money that they're asking because you never get everything you ask for. So we'll see what they ask for and how much we're going to be willing to pony up. And it starts today. And this is on the heels of the San Antonio Independent School District announcing their terms for giving over that property to the the missions to build that stadium on the other side of downtown.
What were the terms?
Well, it's basically a trade of like parking lots, some land exchanges, some investment in the community, some things that I think the SAISD actually probably could have driven a harder bargain. I think they probably could have asked for a little bit more because
they were nice guys.
Well, I think they understand the possibilities, and that while you might be giving up a little now, the tax base and the things that are coming back might be enough. But there is some displacement where there's some people going to lose their homes and some businesses down there. So that's not going to be an easy take. And that's just part of what, when you're renewing, sometimes things get bulldozed. So it's going to be part of our conversation over the next 6 weeks is how our entertainment and sporting dollars, if there are any, how they should be spent and who should be funding what.
Well, what are we going to do? Give a team to Austin? We can't do that.
Well, we give them a couple of games.
Yeah. But
see, that's again, you hit it right there. As we start to discuss that, the Spurs have that trump card. Like, you don't like us? You don't think we're pretty enough for a $4 billion investment?
There's plenty of people who would love to build a fancy building.
Other folks real close. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of that. Are they worth it?
I mean, listen, man, it's like the culture of this city. It's
hard to imagine, but I can tell you from my experience, 30 years ago when we were going through this before, I couldn't imagine that we wouldn't build it. We had just won a world championship.
Yeah.
We had one Hall of Famer for sure, another one coming, or already here, and we damn near lost him last time.
Yeah.
This is not a done deal. There's a long way. In fact, I would say right now it's 60-40 against.
No.
I'm not kidding. We saw in the most recent election where people's minds are. And once we start talking pocketbook, which is preeminent, that is the most important thing to the average American. Not anything else, not any of the culture stuff. It is what things cost and how much am I willing to spend. And when you get to that, I'd say right now it's a 60-40. I'm not saying that's how it's going to end because they're going to tug at our heartstrings. They're going to go after everything that makes those teams ours. And by the time we vote, maybe that'll be enough.
Well, my assumption is that it's going to get done. I think it's going to end up having to get done for less money than what they're hoping.
It always does. And $4.5 billion, that's ludicrous.
When I think about, like, AT&T Stadium got built for $1 billion.
Well, that's been 20 years ago. But yeah.
But
this is not just a stadium. This is a stadium, and it's an entertainment district. I mean, gosh knows what's going to be underneath this. Because if I'm them, I'm throwing everything out there. I want to do this. I want a roller coaster. I want this. I want that. And I want this. And then we start whittling down to the answer, which will be a stadium and an easy egress and ingress from the stadium, and at the lowest possible dollar amount with the maximum amount of return. And once we hit that, then I think that's where we'll land.
I want a slide where the Coyote can be in the Tower of America.
Yes, we
slide
want that.
all the way down into the stadium and dunk a basketball.
Yes.
Like shot down a tube, and then he dunks a basketball on his way down.
And we'll have like a winning kid get to do it every week too, every game.
Liability issues, but
we can.
how about a kid he's like terminally sick?
And if it goes bad,
Yeah, I mean, how much time? It's a make-a-wish.
See, that's the kind of thing we can do if we just dream big. Think outside the box.
Now you're really getting at it.
$4 billion can buy you.
So what will it, like, today starts, and how long is this process going to take in your mind?
I think we're going to have to put something on paper and vote for it in the next 2 years.
Okay.
We're going to have to put something down and figure it out because we're trying to get this done in a decade. You got a 2-year build. You got 3 years to find the money, get the money. That's 5 already in the hole.
How long are the Spurs married to the Frost Center?
Until they can get another one. I mean, it's already outdated. But there are older stadiums in the
yeah,
NBA,
but I mean, and we saw that thing where they were the worst arena in the NBA, which I don't know if that's true, but
that's close. I mean, in the modern day,
it's time. It's certainly time. But my question is, like, what's your idea of when they would be breaking ground? If things go right,
everything went as fast as possible. I think the dream is to break ground in the next 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the dream. I could be off on that, but I know if we're going for the money, once the money's there, you're breaking ground. There's no waiting. I mean, you're paying on interest. The VIG is due. Let's build this thing.
I saw a receipt that I had the other day. I went in to one of our fine sponsors at Mellow Mushroom up there off of 1604, and I had a beer while I was waiting on my pizza, and as I signed my receipt, I saw something that said beer tax.
Well, I don't know. That's that postcode. I don't
Beer
know what
tax.
I've never heard of that. I don't know. There might be one that's built into other stuff, but I do know what you can expect and how the Alamo Dome was, and most arenas are taxed, and you'll see that on your hotel bill. You'll see that on your
your rent-a-car
your
bill?
rental car bill. That there's airport fees that you will pay into on tickets. So we try, and I always joke about taxing foreigners living abroad. We're going to do everything we can to tax other people before we tax ourselves.
Yeah.
Now there will be a downtown. There'll be a regional taxation area that will add an extra quarter penny. We'll settle on it for everything sold. Like downtown right now, things cost a little bit more downtown than they do on the north side or south side.
Yeah,
just because of that region, and that's how we paid for the Alamo Dome. I expect that to come as well. So you'll pay a quarter penny on everything spent inside of a certain area. A regional taxation authority will be put together to do that, and that'll help fund a lot of it. But
not all of it.
I don't like beer tax.
No, beer tax is bad.
I mean, that's just wrong. The fact that it was even on my receipt pissed me off.
I'm shocked that it's there, but the way it's separated out so you know it, I think is interesting.
Well, and there's like there's a different tax rate if you get mixed drinks. Like there's a mixed beverage tax. Like, I don't know. Why are they punishing us? Listen, I'm already ruining my body. I'm ruining my my physical appearance, my liver. I'm killing myself.
Some of that money is going to pay for the emergency room visit for the.
Come on, man.
Later on for those that can't pay the bill.
You got the gout. It's getting worse.
Yeah, you got the gout.
I didn't even have time to take my gout medicine this morning.
Do they have like a very you're drinking an IPA, you're taxed at 3%?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, you like stouts, do you? That's a 4% taxer.
I don't know.
Maybe the tax should be equivalent to the alcohol content.
I don't want that either.
Don't help him out, Rob.
I don't want that either, yeah.
Maybe inversely. The higher the alcohol, the less the tax.
Now we're talking.
Now we're talking. Yeah.
Because it saves on packaging.
Yeah, see?
Recycling is...
We can fix things. If we gather together and just discuss things, we can find common ground and still make money.
I hate taxes, first of all.
I love them. No one
I'm against taxes. I think the tax rate should be 0. I hate the idea that that you can own a house, but you still have to pay taxes on it every year, even though it's fully. I'm sure like the Thompson estate is fully paid for.
Yeah,
you still got to pony up every year to live on your property.
Schools, stupid education.
Yeah.
Got to pay for kids to learn.
Yeah, you should pay for kids to learn when they're your kids.
Well, sometimes you want to employ kids. Sometimes you want to employ those people that aren't learning.
I forget, Rob. I didn't know the Swedish girl was still in high school.
But well, they do it different in Sweden. She's in post-secondary school.
There we go.
That's what it is. That's what it is. And it was
Don't
lost.
Talk about Inga this way.
It was lost in translation anyway. Rob thought she was a sophomore in college.
No, I mistook that.
It's a language barrier.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Yeah. And there's also age of consents are different in Sweden.
The Swedes, boy, they're forward-thinking folk.
They are. maybe a little too forward-thinking. Maybe a little too forward-thinking.
Just a little bit.
She's headed home. Svetlana, her cousin's coming in. We'll see how she does.
Rob put her in a hot air balloon and sent her back.
Gotta go.
Yeah.
Gotta go, Inga.
But wife's home.
Gotta go.
This isn't gonna work out.
I'm not sure I can secure a green card for this.
This
ain't nobody
gonna
buy it.
No. Sorry, honey. My wife said no.
No. It was a good idea in the offing, though.
Yeah, it was you or a new TV, and you wouldn't believe the white dot that was on my TV.
Laser etched. That my wife couldn't see, so I didn't think she would notice.
But she did say it's either the young Swedish au pair or a new TV, and you know,
I chose appropriately.
Priorities are priorities. That's all.
I don't need a TV.
I chose appropriately. I watch everything on my iPad now.
I got an iPad.
Just watch everything on my iPad. I can't see it really, but that's all right. Who needs to see?
Speaking of, you got room on your couch?
No, the cat lives there.
Yeah, that's true.
Will Blueberry allow me?
There's room on my couch for you, but maybe not the Swedish au pair.
Not Inga?
Yeah, I don't know if she
can cook.
Oh, you know what? I've got room for her. I don't know if there's room on the couch for you, but I do have room for her. I need someone who can cook. You know what? God bless HEB.
What do Swedes eat? Meatballs? That's
yeah.
it? Yeah, okay.
Meatballs. And cinnamon rolls like you get at IKEA.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. Right. I love the HEB, like just heat in your good meals.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're a little pricey, but they're good.
I've been living on those. I had a bad one last night.
Oh, no. Which one?
The meatloaf.
Oh, well, that's your fault.
I guess
What were
it
you
kind
thinking?
of is.
Meatloaf.
I was just like, oh, it's something simple. I cooked it in the oven. It was not good. It was not good.
It's not even beef. It's beef.
I'm gonna stick with anything that can be put into a taco going forward from HEB.
What was the first ingredient?
Cow.
Were you sure?
Yes.
Okay, I want to make sure. No, I wouldn't
Yes.
defame HEB. There's no such thing as great meatloaf. There's
That's
just
not true.
average.
There's good meatloaf.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I haven't had
yeah.
it.
Hour number 3, the Morning Huddle, coming up, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
On your ride to work, it's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM, Floresville. 1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at noon. The boys are on the East Coast for their first of 2 arch rival meetups this season with the Washington Commanders.
I like this kind of party!
Pregame starts at 11. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
You asked for it, you got it! How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This report is sponsored by eBay. We all got a thing. Yes, even you. If you love fashion, car parts, trading cards, whatever you're into, it's on eBay. So go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love.
Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and lots of people are beginning to stress about all the company, cooking, and house cleaning that has to be done. And in the end, the holiday turns into one gigantic ball of anxiety, frustration, and weariness, and the greatest expression of thankfulness for many, ironically, is that it's over. How can this be when giving thanks for blessings in life is such a positive experience? And then it hit me. The day does not create the attitude of giving thanks, but the attitude creates the day. It's like the old saying, it's not happy people who are thankful, but thankful people who are happy. The greatness of Thanksgiving Day is not in the perfect turkey or whether the Cowboys win or not. It's in the moments of reflection on what we are blessed with and then making a point of being grateful. That's a family tradition for the Apshers. Before prayer and food, we speak thankfulness. This is Mark Apsher of the MacArthur Park Church of Christ, encouraging you to take a moment to recognize blessings in your life. Visit our church online at macarthurchurch.org. The MacArthur Park Church of Christ, connecting God and people.
Transform your water with Connecticut. For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station, $400 off with trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months. Don't wait. Offer ends soon.
Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
When you've got a big job to do, never compromise. Hi, I'm John Ewald with Ewald Kubota. Get the power, comfort, and quality you need by choosing Kubota rental equipment. Excavators, skid loaders, track loaders, RTVs, or mowers. At Ewald Kubota, we have the machine you need when you need it. Rent by the day, week, or month. We know you want the dependable equipment Kubota is known for, and we can even deliver it to you. From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, for over 75 years, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
Let me ask you a question. Is your roof ready for anything? Well, Stevens Roofing, a locally owned company, has been serving our community for decades. Whether it's a commercial project or residential, or repairing your old roof, or maybe installing a new one, they've got you covered. And now Stevens offers solar. Stevens Solar Solutions can save you money and energy. Stevens Roofing, quality craftsmanship, solar solutions, and local expertise under one roof. Call 210-785-0994 or go to stevensroofing.net.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? Jason Minix here from 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now, sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first. On your timeline, no waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home and make price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first, sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Kielbasa Dry Cured Bacon. Kielbasa, we've got bacon. Available at HEB.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Your commute definitely filling in. I-10 lower level southbound, that off-ramp to get onto North Frio Street. This wreck is blocking the exit ramp, so about a 10-12 minute delay. That has you slow from Hildebrand. 37 northbound, the on-ramp from South Cross, southeast side. This wreck has the on-ramp partially blocked. In the Schertz area, 35 southbound FM 3009 on down to Randolph Boulevard, about a 10-12 minute ride. And if your travels are taking you into New Braunfels, heads up. We are getting reports of an accident on 46 right at FM 758. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The San Antonio Spurs return to action tonight at 7 against the Utah Jazz. They look to get back to 500 on the season. Wemby and Devin Vassell will both be out again for that game. Thursday night football is right here on San Antonio Sports Star as the Steelers take on the Browns. It all starts at 6:30 pregame on your home for the NFL. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hour number 3 of the Little Bitty Baby Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Oh, are we going to the phones?
Yeah, let's hit the
We got
phone.
a thumbs up, Vic?
It's Thursday, and I forget that we have special listeners on Thursday.
Only
morning.
Thursday?
Well, this one in particular, I forget that he's always listening on Thursday. He's told us so, and I need to make sure I bring my A game.
That's right. Yeah,
because he's listening.
Well, that's why I showed up late today.
Yeah.
Joining us now on the Buyers Barricade guest line is the sports director for News 4, Mr. Don Harris. Hello, Don.
Morning, fellas. Yes, every Thursday on my way to work, I tape an early show, and I would not be without my favorite sports talk show in the morning.
Oh,
so Don, this is one of those days. Yeah, it's
made my day.
Anything
Don.
like that. And this is one of those red letter days that when we do look back on what is to become, it's all kind of starting today.
Yeah, and you know, you guys get up early, so I forgive you for not watching News 4 last night when we broke some of this news, but I'm just kidding. I do have some details I think you'll find interesting. AJ's got questions. I've got answers.
Yeah, let's hear them.
The Spurs lease at the Frost Bank Center ends in 2032, which sounds like it's a long way off. That's really not when you're talking about
under
doing
10
something
years.
Yeah. And, you know, Oklahoma City's been in their arena less time, and they're building a new one. You know, the Clippers just built a new one. Dallas has a gorgeous arena, and they're already talking about building a new one and casino and all of that. So what we're going to find out today, guys, is what I've been told by various big-time movers and shakers is something as big as Hemisphere 68 or something that hasn't been done as big since Hemisphere 68, something that could transform San Antonio. Remember, in 68, that put San Antonio on the map. It's 4 or 5 major projects, 3.5 to $4 billion in stages over a 10 to 12 year period. And what you guys were talking about as far as the tax structure, that's yet to be determined. There will be a significant contribution by the Spurs. I'm told upwards of close to half of what would cost.
It would need to be at least, don't you figure, just to sell this to us, it's going to be at minimum 50%.
I don't know about 50, but I think 35 to 40 would be probably reasonable, somewhere around $500 million for their portion of, I'm hearing 1.3 for that arena. But here's the deal. The first priority is the new convention center and convention center hotel, which would be, I'm told, a 20-story new hotel, which would increase revenues downtown for sure with new convention space. A rebuild of the Alamo Dome. There's a couple of different plans in this. One of them is stripping it down to just the 4 posts and starting over, which would be a 2.5 year to 3 year construction project. And that's a major undertaking. The Spurs Arena at the site of the Institute of Texan Cultures, which, Rob, I told you this 3 years ago when you were trying to scare people about Austin.
Well, until things are done, Don, until I see a signature. But you're right. You're right. They tried to scare us 2 weeks ago, Don. I'm trying to hold on to that thing for just as long as possible.
Well, don't. Now, listen, you're right in this regard. If there's going to be leverage used with this fear factor, whether it's Austin or other cities, but I'm not sure that the new funding models require a taxpayer vote. Remember, the Mission's new stadium is one of those TERS taxes, that tax revenue is being used, and nobody's voting on it.
Now, Don, you brought this up, and is there any sense of competition between the Spurs and the Missions for not only for the dollar but the attention as we head into this?
I don't think so. They're two different projects of completely different sizes. The Missions thing's pretty easy to get done.
Right.
FAISD standing in the way right now. That'll happen. They've got the funding from that. They got this 9-2 vote from City Council. That's going to happen, and that's going to be great for downtown. This is, a few blocks away, is a much bigger project, which includes, by the way, infrastructure changes where 281 between the Alamo Dome and the Institute would run underneath a land bridge that would go over the top, connecting the Alamo Dome site to the Institute site of the new Spurs Arena, which would have retail, shopping, and park space.
Now, Don, you are as deep a thread in San Antonio as anyone I know. And when I hear these, this is an extravagant, remarkable plan. How much of this do you fully expect can actually get done?
Well, I've got different sources. I got different sources in the private sector and at the city. And the thing that I'm hearing is this is a bold swing for the fences plan, and that both are prepared that not all could be approved, but that, the Spurs component and the convention center component are very, very important. The Alamo Dome renovation, not so much. The John Wood Courthouse would be turned into a 5,000-seat arena. What I've been told was, Red McCombs used to be quite critical of mayors that came after Cisneros because they didn't think big enough.
Well, he was right.
That is not the case. Red would be proud. This is a big, bold swing. I was told by one development leader in San Antonio yesterday, if you're going to go to city council today and think you're not going to see something big enough, you'll be mistaken. Your jaws will be dropped at the size and the scope of this project. I think they can get it done, especially in the Spurs Arena. They have to be aligned, and the Spurs, the next thing would be a memo of understanding between the Spurs and the city to move forward with this. The funding aspect, there are many different ways that you could fund this thing, and that will be discussed in the future. But as far as a solid plan to keep the Spurs in San Antonio and to move them back downtown, if you're a Spurs fan, you'll be excited about this today. There will be, I's to dot and T's to cross in future years when it comes to the funding model, and if whether or not they take it to a taxpayer vote. Remember, we paid for the Alamo Dome in 10 months with a 1/4 cent via tax that nobody missed. Nobody missed.
Nobody missed. In fact, it went on for a couple years and just kept being used. But
it was the dome. The dome was paid for before it opened.
Yeah, that's what we need to, as we promote this. It's just going to have to be sold as something that is so ridiculously painless, and the benefit being so absolutely ridiculous that it's almost impossible to say no. And I think the funding attribute. Let's wait for that. Let's do the bells and whistles and the ponies today, because I can't wait. It's going to be an extraordinary thing.
Don,
I think the city. Go ahead.
Oh, was Rob? Was Rob just trying to employ scare tactics when he said 60-40 against right now?
I don't know. I think that's pretty accurate. I think everybody. There's always the negative Nellies, right? I mean, we're hearing this crap right now on this baseball stadium. Like, we're giving a ton of voice to these renters at the soap factory apartments. Like, you don't want to ever see anybody displaced from their home. This is not that. These are renters whose leases are going to come up, and the people that own the buildings have just as much right as the renters to do what they want to with their property. The Weston Urban guys own those apartments. They should be able to do with those what they will. They're going, in my mind, they're going way beyond the call of duty to find these people additional housing places to move to. And we're acting like, in 68, when we built Hemisphere, they tore down neighborhoods, churches, stores, schools. They forcibly removed with police officers, people from their homes, right? These are people that own their homes. And guess what? It was great for San Antonio. We wouldn't have the Spurs. We wouldn't be here without Hemisphere. Now, that's difficult. This is not. These are people that rent an apartment whose lease is going to come up. They're not kicking them out before their lease is over. When their lease is up, they're saying, you have to leave. And, by the way, here's another place you can move to. So, but there's always negative naysayers, whether it's C.A. Stubbs and the tax watchdogs or whoever. But a city's must move forward. Great cities do. I think we will, but it will take a PR campaign to explain to the taxpayer that it's worth it, that it benefits most of us, and that education, infrastructure, streets and improvements and affordable housing and all those things are not going to be sacrificed in place of getting this done.
Don, we appreciate all this info. Next time, can you figure out what this beer tax is that was on my bill?
We have some other civic questions.
This is a real priority. If you're covering that meeting today, maybe you can slip that question in.
A beer tax?
Yeah. What is going on? Why am I being charged a beer tax?
That could be a Riverwalk Authority thing, huh? I don't know.
This was up in Stone Oak. I feel like they're just trying. San Antonio's trying to sneak taxes by me. Keep your ear to the ground.
I don't know what that is.
I told them the same thing, man. I think your driver's license says something like you're not from here, so we just found some taxes.
They didn't card me. You
never know. You don't look like you're from 60. Here. Tax him another 1%.
That is.
Well, I don't think that it will be a new county hotel motel. I don't think we can afford any more taxes on the hotel motel rental car. I think they'll have to come up with a different way.
Like I said, foreigners living abroad. We'll have to find a way to tax all of them, and we'll be fine.
Tariffs. That is sports director of News 4, Don Harris.
Hey,
Don, we appreciate you calling in and straightening Rob out. Appreciate it.
As always.
All right, man.
Don Harris, man. You know what? He's right, and certainly this is our line of work.
Yeah.
I mean, there'll be something that we discuss. But what's going to be stressed is this transitional thing of what Hemisphere did to us, did for us, did around us. I mean, it made us, not only in the eyes of others, but more importantly in our own eyes, a truly national city. And it's time to take that next step. It's been 50 years. Let's do the next thing. And I think that's going to be the push. And it couldn't happen at a better time because we've got a 7'5" dude that's going to bring the eyes of the world to us for the next decade if we do this right.
I kind of love this about San Antonio. I love that it still feels like a small town, and it still feels like there's a lot of progress and change that gets fought. And I think that's an important fight to fight because you don't want what happened to Austin to happen to you. I used to live in Nashville, Tennessee. Same thing's kind of happened. It's like you accept so much progress that it changes what you are. But it's odd trying to find the balance between that and also staying relevant as a city. And, you talk about it being a national city. Can you imagine if San Antonio no longer had the Spurs? Like, if you don't have one of the four major sports, really one of the three major sports, you're not considered like a major
you're a flyover
city.
You're a flyover town that invites people to the Riverwalk for a weekend, and that's all you're ever discussed unless there's some kind of tragedy. That's what you become. San Antonio was that in the mid-'70s. That's what we were. We were an 800,000 population, top 20 city, but with an averaged ABA team that nobody cared about, and that's what we were. And when we went from 65 to 68, when we did all this stuff downtown, we hosted the World's Fair. We look at it, and we're even celebrating it with the Spurs. I think it was more important for us than it was for everybody else. It just was something that we needed to show ourselves that we are capable of doing this. We know that Dallas was capable and Houston was capable of coming together and doing things on a grand scale. Well, San Antonio had never done that. And when they did do it, it gave us the opportunity and the mindset we're capable of that. We paid for it. What's next? And then highways came and things started to change. And now it's time to go, okay, we've done that. Now it's time for what's next. What are we going to be for the next 50 years? And this is that next step.
And to be fair, when it comes to, new taxes and people like, oh, this million, at some point you have to realize that if you're going to live in a great city, it's never paid off.
Never.
And that sucks kind of, but it also, that's what keeps you from becoming, a Amarillo. You know what I mean? Nobody's looking to shake things up and build new arenas in Amarillo, and everyone there is okay with it. But Amarillo's not. That's not a big boy city, and San Antonio wants you want Final Fours to come here. You want all these events to come happen here. Yeah, of course. That takes an investment.
And all that's pretty, it does all cost something.
Yeah.
And I say 60-40. I don't think it's a vociferous 60-40. I do think there's a play of about 35% where heartstrings can be pulled. Also, the economic development that can, a rising tide lifts every boat. And what would come from that downtown with everything that we chase as a city, it's not going to be an easy swing. And we've already seen the beginning of it. And the ad campaign that they're going to bring to us, it'll be hard to say no.
It feels so easy to me to just say, listen, we have one pro sports franchise, and Austin is jealous. They don't have one. They want one. They want to turn us into the city without one. We got to stop that from happening.
And that's part of it. Well, the leverage will be, they're calling. There's other places.
Yeah, and I think the Spurs did that by design. Kudos to them. They don't want to play in a crummy old building either.
And as Don said, we are not the only city that's dealing with this. There are newer facilities that are being replaced as we speak. We put up with this for a long time. And the fact of the matter is, anybody who was around when all that went down, we all still have a little bit about PTSD about how terrifying it was. We had just won a world championship, and it was very likely the team was going to leave.
Yeah.
I still get shivers when I think of it. I don't think it'll ever get that far down the road where somebody has to ride in on their white horse like the county did to bail us out. That if we screw this up, they're gone, and they're gone forever.
But just and think about Sacramento. Sacramento just built a brand new stadium, an awesome stadium.
Yes, it can be done.
Seattle doesn't even have a team, and they built a new stadium so they can get a team. Everybody's being proactive. You can't just sit back and go, it'll all work out. It doesn't work that way.
Now,
it doesn't.
And what Don did, there are some things that when I heard him say, you got to be a little careful. It's kind of like when your kids come and ask you for money, and they're going to do this and do that. If they're going to unveil this $4 billion thing, and then, guess what else we're going to do? We're going to dig a tunnel under the city, and we're going to have a land bridge. And you want to go, why don't we just build a parking garage? Can we save $1 billion? Do we have to dig a hole? I mean, that's kind of the thing. We got to be real careful of and you know what else we're going to do? And then we're also going to do this, and we're going to do that. And then you start going, there's no way you can do all this.
Honestly, when he said a tunnel, I was like, oh, you mean a homeless encampment? That's the first thing that came to my mind.
So we do have to be although San Antonio has already paid for a land bridge. We've done it before, so it wouldn't be our first land bridge.
Yeah, like the idea that somehow now the Alamo Dome being completely renovated is thrown into this.
We
If
gotta
I'm
be very careful.
If I'm the Spurs, I'm not thrilled about that. I'm like, hey man, I want to take care of our stuff. Cool if some other stuff happens, but I want to take care of our stuff.
And I get the sense, as Don said, that they don't expect to get it all. And you just throw it all against the wall and see what sticks and what meshes and who will agree to this if I agree to that. Because I do think that the city itself desperately wants to keep that Alamo Dome in a way that would, allow for other things maybe to come.
And the truth is that Alamo Dome is outdated.
And it's kind of like you can – you go buy a house and you pad it with an extra $50K so you can build a pool. You kind of build that. We pad it with an extra $1 billion and we fix the dome for something that might lead it to baseball or something like that. I'm all for talking about that kind of thing, but I don't want to get lost in the fact that job one is to replace the Institute of Texan Cultures with the Frost Bank Center so we play basketball. That's job one. Now everything else is gravy.
All right, we'll be right back. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
How you feeling this morning? I hope you woke up with nothing bothering you, no pain as you head into the weekend. If that's you, carry on. But if you're like the rest of us, then there's something that's slowing you down, something so painful that it's keeping you out of doing things in your daily life. You need to stop living that way. See, Arosty providers are all around San Antonio with one goal in mind, and that's to fix you, to get you out of pain so you can go live your life. Now, what has made Arosty so successful isn't that they want to get you out of pain, isn't that they do get you out of pain. It's how they get you out of pain and how quickly it happens. See, this is not about pills to hide the pain. It's not about some kind of long-term rehab process of surgery to prolong the pain, quite frankly. It's about your body fixing itself. And there are things that can be done that you might not have considered that can fix things that you didn't even consider could be fixed. Sometimes you're dealing with pain in places that aren't the problem. I found that out with my lower back. I thought it was my back that was the problem. It was not. It was my hamstrings. It took an Arosty provider to find that, fix the hamstrings, and suddenly the back got better. That can be you. The other great thing about Arosty, not only are they going to fix you, they accept most insurances, and they'll fix you fast, and you don't have to wait on a referral. You can call them today. Write this number down. It's 1-800-404-6050. No referral required, and they're going to accept most insurances. What are you waiting on? If you need to find out where one is, Arosty.com's got a map of all the local providers. They're being added all the time. I bet there's one less than 10 minutes from where you are now. Listen, don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. Call Arosty today. They're going to get you fixed when they do. Come on by and thank me later.
If you missed the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you missed this.
Driving around Austin Highway aimlessly trying to figure out what was for lunch today, and I was on the phone with Big Boss Dax. Like, isn't Austin Highway kind of well, I said it used to be seedy. I mean, they've kind of cleaned up the hookers and homeless people for the most part.
That's a damn shame they cleaned up the hookers. I mean, it really is. Come on, every street's got to be known for something.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing people and families who've been injured in traffic collisions since 1994. The reason it's important to call me as soon as possible is the number of tricks and mistakes you can make, even up to talking to insurance companies, which I'm going to tell you not to do. And also some of the billing practices at our local hospitals. And over the last year, I've seen more and more of this, where hospitals are asking patients to assign benefits they do not have to assign, all in an effort to get more money to the hospital than they would receive if all you used was your health insurance. When you call, I will give you your options. We'll talk about your case. And all of that is free of charge. If you or a family member has been injured in a traffic accident, whether car, commercial truck, motorcycle, I want you to call me as soon as possible after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or go to my website at alawyerforus.com.
After you use Bounce Dryer sheets and realize how fresh, soft, less wrinkled, and less staticky your laundry can be, you'll put a sheet on it every time. Like those socks that smell like they've been through a marathon. Put a sheet on it. Or that blanket that's got wrinkles on its wrinkles. Put a sheet on it. Maybe even your chatty coworker who keeps distracting you. Okay, Bounce Dryer sheets can't do it all. But for fresher, softer, better laundry, put a sheet on it with Bounce.
Get deals all month during Black Friday build-up at Lowe's.
Right now, get up to 50% off select major appliances. Plus, get an extra 10% off Whirlpool major appliances, like the new Maytag front-load laundry system with a Pet Pro filter that lifts and captures pet hair from clothes. Shop these deals in-store or online now, because Lowe's knows deals. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid 11/6 through 12/4. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details.
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, really? That's great.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
I can't have any more? Why not?
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Want to keep your gas-powered engines running like new? Stable's proprietary formulas are proven by third-party testing to outperform the competition in keeping fuel fresh, preventing corrosion, and cleaning the entire fuel system. With Stable, you can have confidence you are doing the right thing for your engine's long-term health. Just pour into your gas can or fuel tank, then top off with fresh fuel. At every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable. Available where fuel additives are sold.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
I got a line.
He got a line.
She got a line. We got 4 lines. Cricket Nation. Q finger guns. Really easy. Super stress-free. 5G so fast. Like blazing fast. Games and memes. You'll have a blast. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. As we discuss, take it from us. We 4 are one. Cricket Nation.
And only $25 a line. Welcome to more lines. Welcome to Cricket Nation. Smile. You're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Discount varies by line. Fees may apply. Terms and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Thanks to Don Harris from News 4 for joining us.
Love us.
Breaking it down for us.
Yeah.
Maybe our most famous listener.
I think he is.
I mean, that's, listen.
Certainly one of our nicest.
Oh, yeah, seems like a very nice guy.
He's a wonderful man.
I've only met him, I think I've only met him once. But
he is part and parcel of this city. Nobody more a part of what San Antonio is than Don Harris.
He's a gentleman, and any fan of mine is a good guy to me.
Apart from that whole North Texas University thing.
That's where he went?
Part of that mafia.
Oh, okay.
Part of that North Texas.
See, a lot of media comes through there,
mafia.
right?
He is.
Yeah.
He's part of them.
Gal I used to work with named Layla Rahimi went through North Texas. I think that's a stand like that must be like the Syracuse of Texas.
It is. It truly is. And there's a lot of those guys that are pretty proud of that degree. Other than that, he's a good guy.
Well, he needs. You know what he needs to do? He needs to tell them to get their defense together.
Yeah. Well, they hired an offensive coach who doesn't care about
play
defense.
no defense.
We know.
And that Chandler boy. Something's wrong with him. he ain't throwing it like he was earlier. Look into that, Don. Let's get to the bottom of this. No, but it is interesting to think about what's to come, because you're right. I guess this is the first presentation, but this is like you said, a red letter day. I like to call them a red panty day.
Red panty day, that's a good one.
Although red panty day is probably the day that it gets approved, right?
I would like to think so.
Yeah, this is a red letter day. We'll have a red panty day when it's finally pinned to paper. But it is. I think it's very vital for the city of San Antonio to keep up in certain ways.
I think your perspective is really important, because we have to look at ourselves like other people look at us. We have to San Antonio, we're known as where David and Tim played and there were 5 boring titles. We were the unstoppable force that was going to happen whether you enjoyed it or not for 20 years. The Spurs were going to win. And once that went away, we kind of went away from the national conscience. It's funny how the number of people that I've seen over the last year and a half that I didn't see for 5 years in the sporting world that just never came back to San Antonio, left and were never to return. And keep in mind, every time those guys come, our city gets mentioned. So another person books a hotel room. There's another picture of the Riverwalk. There's 4 more enchiladas sold. Every time we get that, every time somebody goes, oh, San Antonio would be a lovely place to go. Trust me, it happens. We see the bounce. The numbers show it. And that went away for 5 years. And now it's coming back. And the economic reality is our boats will rise no matter what. If they build it, they will come.
Yeah.
That is a truth beyond truth. It's like real estate gaining value. They will come and we'll all get rich if we're daring enough to swing at it.
And a lot of people, you talk about outside perspective, and I'm guilty of this too. My thought about San Antonio as someone who grew up in Houston and lived in Austin was that San Antonio was kind of a cow town.
Yeah.
And I mean, part of it's great for me because I've been so pleasantly surprised by what San Antonio is. Like I genuinely, I've been here for 6 months. I love it here. Like I wish I would have been here a lot longer.
And there was something we were kind of proud of that cow town. For some of us, there was something we wanted that. We didn't want anybody else here. We're fine with what we got, but that doesn't help anybody.
But this is a top 30 media market. Like this is
Act like it. And some of it is stand up and act like it.
Yeah.
You know? And I think this is one of those times when we got to stand up and act like it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's just part of the deal. Is like when you are a major metro, you have to do the things that major metros do. And he mentioned Dallas, and Dallas is lucky because it's their stuff is kind of spread out, and they've got other cities they can put the taxations on and stuff. But Dallas has I mean, Jerry World's probably not a top 5 stadium anymore, but it's still a top 10.
It is still a destination. People go to Dallas to go to the
still
game.
A great stadium, a world-class stadium. Their baseball facility is a world-class baseball facility. Their basketball arena is a world-class arena. They've worked to keep up, and that's just part of the deal, man. When you want to attract events, you want to attract things, you have to have the venues that will attract them. We talk about it with college all the time. What are your facilities like?
Exactly. We talked about UTSA in 2 segments prior. They are not going to win at basketball until they build a nicer building. It's just not going to happen. It's just you're never going to get the players to come and play in a building like that. And that's just a foregone conclusion. You play in 5-on-4 as long as you have that, and that's going to be that building matters for free agency. It matters for a lot of things. There's some things that you might not even consider as far as this is an office building for 15 guys. This is a place they have to come to work every day. They don't want rats in cold water.
Yeah.
I mean, it matters. It does, in fact, matter.
UTSA should maybe throw their name into the ring here with like, hey, can our team play some dates here?
A few.
We'll throw a few bucks in and help the cause because it's cheaper for them than building an on-site.
Well, everything we need to get them out of the dome, and maybe that'll finally spur the University of Texas system once they close the dome, if they're going to tear it to studs, to go play someplace else. Because the best thing that ever happened to UTSA is build an on-campus stadium, and I'll stand by that. I don't care what coach tells us. I don't care what players say. Best thing that could happen at UTSA is a 30,000 it doesn't even have to be 30, 20, 25,000 seat stadium on or very near to the campus. That is the next step for UTSA, and that also includes a 10,000 seat stadium for basketball and graduation and all those other things that a big school should have.
Yeah. I got to tell you guys about Toilet Head. That is the tour that Nick Swardson is doing, the Toilet Head tour coming through San Antonio.
I thought you had a new endorsement. I was eager to learn.
No, this is a
Toilet Head.
Listen, if San Antonio wants to remain on the map and get big events like the Toilet Head tour that Nick Swardson is doing coming through our town, we gotta update our facilities. You think Toilet Head is just gonna show up at any old place? No. Yeah. He's showing up at the Aztec Theater December 6th. If we want to keep these places, this is what we got to do. No, you want to see Nick Swardson do his Toilet Head tour December 6th at the Aztec Theater. Let's do caller number 5. You're going to win a pair of tickets for that. And if you don't win them, you can get your tickets at livenation.com. Nick Swartzen, a very funny guy, and a very funny tour name, the Toilet Head Tour, which I'm excited. Maybe I'll go watch the Toilet Head Tour. I don't know. But there you go. And when we come back, I'm going to give away some Rod Stewart tickets. I'm gonna find some tickets laying around on the couch. I'm gonna give them away to someone here in San Antonio. I'd love to have you all out at my show. Sir Rod Stewart. Sir Roderick. That's right. Rob, tell them about your big orange tractor.
My fine orange tractor. If you don't have an Ewald tractor, I want you to listen real close. You probably had a tractor of one that you kind of liked, but one that you did not love. If it's not orange, you haven't done it right, and Ewald Kubota's here to take care of you. They are, in fact, their one-stop shop for tractors, your mowers, your utility vehicles, and then all the service, the parts, and everything that goes along after your sale. See, they got 11 locations around South Texas to take care of you. And I want to talk about rental equipment real quick. For all you guys out there that have got a big job, whether it's work-related or something you're fixing up around the house, and you don't want to go buy the equipment, but you certainly need it, Ewald should be your first call. Because not only will they bring out exactly what you need, they're going to train you up on it, they're going to pick it up, and you'll get your job done, and you'll be taken care of from beginning to end while using the best equipment. If it's time to go hunting and clean up the lease as hunting season arrives, and you're looking for the perfect hunting accessory, guys, the Ewald Kubota's got what you need. They got the right utility vehicle you're chasing. You can customize it to fit exactly what your leases or your property's needs are, and you're going to get all the service and backing that you've come to expect from Kubota. And right now, if those are what you're after, you want to stuff Daddy's stocking with something perfect, you got 0 APR for up to 36 months. You can save up to $1,000. You need details on that. Go to KubotaUSA.com for everything you're chasing. Listen, if it's time for the tractor, if you've been putting off getting exactly what you need, now's the time to go to the very best. That's Ewald Kubota. From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, for over 75 years, Ewald Kubota's your Kubota dealer.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from Newstalk 550 KTSA.
Still working a couple of trouble spots. Let's start on I-10 lower level, southbound, that off-ramp to North Frio Street. This wreck is blocking the exit ramp, so a little bit of stop and go from Woodlawn. 37 northbound, that off-ramp to South Cross, southeast side of town. That wreck is still there. Off-ramp is blocked. 25-minute delay has you stop and go from Loop 410. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time saver traffic.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 6:30. The Aggies take on the Auburn Tigers. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game coverage begins at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by eBay. We all got a thing. Yes, even you. If you love fashion, car parts, trading cards, whatever you're into, it's on eBay. So go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love.
Guys, Carbach has something for everybody. If you like an IPA, try the Hopadillo. If you're looking for something light, crisp, refreshing, go with the Love Street Blonde. They've got Ziegenbach as well. There's something for everybody's palate, and it's available all over San Antonio. Next time you're in a bar or restaurant, ask them for a Carbach.
Joe Reinagle here for the Golf Club of Texas, open to the public 7 days a week with a country club feel. It's football season, so book your tee times early at golfclubtexas.com and stick around and watch the games. Make Golf Club of Texas your football headquarters where you can watch every game. They'll even stay open until the end of every NFL game, including Thursday, Sunday, and Monday nights. Get into the Tin Cup Bar at the Golf Club of Texas, Highway 90 at Briggs Ranch Road. Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. After that, you can also save me, as I'm currently hanging from the edge of a cliff. To recap, number 1, customize and save. Number 2, time allowing, save me.
Shoulders separating!
Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com. Savings may vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
When you're hiring, ZipRecruiter's technology makes finding qualified candidates for your job easy. What if the rest of the world was as easy as ZipRecruiter? Math problems wouldn't be so problematic.
K equals 42.
And summiting Everest would be a walk in the park. In the meantime, if you want to make your hiring easier, use ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I got a line. He got a line. She got a line. We got 4 lines. Cricket Nation. Q finger guns. Really easy. Super stress-free. 5G so fast like blazing fast. Games and memes. You'll have a blast. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. As we discuss, take it from us. We 4 are one. Cricket Nation.
And only $25 a line. Welcome to more lines. Welcome to Cricket Nation. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Discount varies by line. Fees may apply. Terms and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Oh no, my phone.
Hear that? It's the sound of a skater dropping her phone and smashing it on the ice. Yep, it's definitely broken. But at Verizon, we got you. Black Friday starts now. Trade in any phone, any condition from one of our top brands and get a new Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus on Unlimited Ultimate and Watch 7 and Tab S9 FE 5G. That's up to $1,900 in value. So you'll save big on 3 great gifts. Hurry into Verizon this Black Friday. Service plan required for Watch and Tablet. Up to $1,900 value based on phone, watch, and tablet. Trade in and additional terms apply. See Verizon.com for details.
Introducing TGL presented by SoFi, golf's newest league on ESPN and ESPN+. This isn't your average Sunday pickup game. To learn more, visit TGLGolf.com and tune into the inaugural season beginning January 7th. Keep up. It's golf.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at noon. The boys are on the East Coast for their first of 2 arch rival meetups this season with the Washington Commanders.
I like this kind of party!
Pre-game starts at 11. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
You asked for it, you got it! How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. All right. I want one of you guys, maybe even 2 of you, to go see Roderick Stewart. But I've got a commitment that I've made.
Uh-oh.
And I said, you know what?
To earn it.
They said, what are you going to do? How are you going to build up the sports stars' social media following? And I said, you know what, Bubba?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to give away Rod Stewart tickets there.
So that was your answer. That's the first one that came to mind.
Well, yeah.
How are we going to boom this thing and go, I got the answer?
Rod Stewart
is a 75-year-old Scotsman.
Rod Stewart's going to help me.
He's going to provide the bounce that we...
Is he Scottish?
I think he is.
I thought he was just regular British.
I think he's Scottish.
No way.
Well,
Australia, Vic, you're not. That's the wrong part of the world, Vic.
He
wouldn't be a sir if he was Scottish.
Oh, yeah, you can. Is Rod Stewart...
Why don't you just look up Rod Stewart Wikipedia?
No, he's British.
Well, Scottish and British are essentially the same thing.
No, they're
not Scottish, but he has Scottish heritage, it says.
He was born in the UK.
Get out of here.
I'm reading it. He was born in London to an English mother and a Scottish father. I wasn't that far off.
All right. He ain't Scottish.
He started singing R&B groups in the 70s.
Yeah. I've sold 120 million records worldwide.
Although he says, I never said I was a Scot.
Yeah, you got that wrong.
For all intent and purposes, I'm English. I've never pretended and never said I was a Scotsman. So let's get that all out of the way. He is vehemently not
far from
Scot.
a Scotsman.
It's not a Scottish, it's crap.
Don't you accuse me of that. It's treason. So here's the deal. Kind of like we were giving away those Rangers rings, except these are Rod Stewart tickets, which...
So it's like that, but different.
They have slightly more value than those replica Rangers rings, believe it or not. So this is a real prize. But if you go to @SA Sports Star on Instagram, you hit the follow. You got to be following, and you send a message to Ryan with the name of your favorite Rod Stewart song. He will randomly select one of you at the end of the day. And you will get, and how cool will that be? Instead of being caller 5 and knowing instantly you won, won't it be cool to be like, dude, at 5 o'clock today, I've got a chance to win Rod Stewart tickets, and all day you're gonna think about it. You're gonna think about Rod Stewart with his shirt off. You're gonna think about Rod Stewart with his hair all spiky. I bet Rod Stewart has boobs now. I bet he's gone downhill his bod.
Oh,
Rod,
Well, that's dad bod.
Rod the bod. It's probably not what it used to be.
He's a grandpa.
It's Rod the grandpa bod. But I mean, Vic's a grandpa and he's got boobs. Yeah, it happens.
That
happens to the best of us.
It's the hormones in the milk.
Happens to the best of us. So there you go. It's as simple as that. Just follow SA Sports Star on Instagram and message Ryan.
You probably should say something nice to Ryan.
No.
Well, message say, I hear you're a striking man.
No, don't do
I
that.
hear you're a handsome man.
Just say, hey, fella, this is my favorite Rod Stewart song, and then insert the name of your favorite Rod
That's
Stewart
a good
song.
one, too. But I think complimenting couldn't hurt.
Complimenting can't
he
hurt.
is picking.
When it comes down to a quote-unquote random drawing.
Oh, it's random.
Like, yeah, any chick who's also attaches
maybe a pic might
a
help.
photo of themselves.
Some of you know, don't send a pic. It won't help. But others, it might.
If you think a photo will help, maybe you send it.
If you have, in fact, sent a photo before and it helped, I would do it again. If you sent a photo and it didn't help, I don't think it'll help you now.
If you're a hot chick or a hot dude, I don't know what Ryan's into.
I don't either, so you can go either way there.
He's a Marine, and
again, that
so
doesn't
don't
help.
ask, don't tell.
You know, it doesn't matter.
Don't ask, don't tell.
We don't care.
Nope, none of our business.
So,
but if you're a hot guy or a hot chick, you might want to add a picture. Is all I'm
show
saying.
off what you're hot about.
But make sure that you do tell them what your favorite Rod Stewart song is, and you and a buddy will be going to see Rod Stewart, the One Last Time tour, March 7th, the Moody Center in Austin, Texas. Get your tickets if you don't win them at livenation.com.
That's where the Spurs could be playing in 8 years.
You don't want the Spurs at the Moody Center.
The Moody.
Moody.
Sounds Scottish to me.
I'm not Scottish. No, I've never claimed to be a Scot. Don't you ever accuse me of that again.
Take your daddy's name. You're Scottish, damn it.
You don't know a damn thing about me, Rob. Not a thing. Not a thing. And also, this is I'm pulling back the curtain here a little bit. The other reason why we had to give it away this way.
Why?
Because Vic had a poop emergency.
Yeah, well.
He was like, I can't. I got to, as soon as I get this segment started, I got to go.
I don't think it's an emergency when it happens every day.
He always has a poop emergency.
It's no longer an emergency. It's just part of our day. We just have to just start building it in. And the problem is, it is completely defined by when he takes his first cup of coffee. We need to just start adding 3 hours from the time he takes his first cup of coffee.
I just don't understand. Like, he should plan better.
Well, I think he did. He planned it for the break. He almost down to the minute. And
Vic,
he's back.
welcome back. We were talking about this, Vic.
What?
How do you have to poop every day you're at work?
All right, do you have a time? Do you know?
No, I have a set schedule.
I have a pretty set schedule.
But it includes at work?
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to break your schedule. Sometimes you throw your schedule off on accident.
Okay, before
what I
I
mean?
started doing this, it was always at this time, but I was at home working from home.
So, but
It
by
just
6
shifted.
months, you should have altered it.
You've got to change your strategy here.
I can't control that.
You can.
I've only got one
I was just
kidney.
saying.
My body's. I can only do what I can do.
But we could count back from your first cup of coffee, and I think it's 8:46. So I'm going to say your first cup of coffee comes about 5:30. So 3 hours back.
Right.
What if we don't let you have coffee until 7:30?
If you put off your you don't want to be around. Vic,
Yeah,
without
then this
coffee.
will happen.
It's not working.
During the show.
We want him fully caffeinated.
And then I'll be asleep.
We don't want him.
All right.
A non-caffeinated Vic is not one you want to be around. He's not a chipper man.
No.
Okay.
So we want him caffeinated. We're just going to have to time it and realize we've got to give something away.
Edwin would normally be here and take over sometimes.
Oh, he took a day off today, though.
Yes, he did.
Even though he already took Tuesday and Wednesday off.
Slacker.
Yeah.
It's this generation.
Do you want to work here or not? Is the question I've got for everybody.
fact
Do
that
you
I
want to
wasn't
work
here
here?
should not-
Rob wasn't
The fact
even
that I
here
wasn't
yesterday.
should not weigh into his answer at all.
I'm not even going to be here tomorrow. But
See,
I've got
that shouldn't weigh into the answer at all.
But I've got court.
We're special.
Nope, doesn't matter.
My lawyer called me and was like, "Hey, I don't know if you've been to court before." I was like, "Bro,
as defendant?
Yeah, plenty. Don't worry, I know how to dress for
I'll
court.
put on my suit.
Don't." He's like, "You don't have to wear. You don't have to wear a suit. It's still small town South Texas, but
make sure your shirt's got a collar,
Got a
and there's
collar
no
on
mud on your boots.
don't wear short pants.
Short pants.
Don't wear. He said, "Don't wear short pants and don't wear a t-shirt.
Wipe the mud off your boots before you come in, please.
Yeah, and no flip flops.
No none of them chancless.
He's like, we're not real falutin around here, but we're
no. This is Beeville, baby.
It's still
this
court.
is the big time, baby. You're in Beeville. This isn't Podunk.
Still court.
This is big time.
So
this isn't George West. Those sucks.
No, Three Rivers.
Three Rivers. Those idiots.
No,
this is big time, baby.
This is the Metropolis.
This is the show.
Yeah, where do you think we're at? Skidmore?
You think this is Skidmore? You ain't running around Mathis. This is Beeville, baby.
You in Goliad, friend?
This is
no.
the big time.
Hell no, you ain't in Goliad.
No, they've said that. They ain't a bunch of Mathis slaps in Three Rivers. This is Beeville, baby.
Oh, the mighty Metropolis. Yeah, so that's where I'll be at court tomorrow. I didn't
not as a defendant.
No, this time I did not do a crime.
No, not.
I'll be honest. I don't know that I've been to court where I wasn't a defendant.
Well, that's actually probably a good thing.
Jury duty?
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I got called for jury duty once, probably about 4 or 5 years ago, and I kept thinking they're gonna kick me out of here. I'm on the radio. Like they don't want someone who's on the radio to do jury duty.
That's not true.
And they kept me around, and then finally, like when it was down to like the once they narrowed it down to the 12 people or 15 people or whatever it is, I was like, they still haven't kicked me out of here. And finally, they were like, "Is there anyone here who
starts like screaming racist tropes?
Who thinks? Yeah, that's what I said. I said I just need to. I'm going to come in tomorrow with my
your Hitler Youth shirt on,
but I have my mustache strangely trimmed. No, but I was like, I said, guys, I'm on the radio every day talking about current events in Houston. I was like, I don't know that I should be qualified for this. And
did you look around the people that you were in the room with? Well, trust me, you were the most qualified.
They talked about it and they finally let me go. They were like, "Oh, he's right. They don't like one of the, I don't remember which side, but one of the two sides didn't like that I was on the radio, so they kicked me out of there." And they replaced me with somebody else.
That's never happened. Normally, it's the bailiffs want to talk sports.
No, God, I had never said sports radio. I just said I'm on the radio. I'm on the radio, and I talk about current events in Houston every day. And I knew if I said sports, they would say, "Oh, that doesn't matter in this situation." But I said current events.
Vic was dealing with jury duty just this week. That we found out they no longer do the Zoom. You got to go downtown, right?
Yeah, it was my son.
Yeah, your son had jury duty earlier on Monday. And he was asking me if there was Zoom, and I go, "Well, it was during COVID, the first round."
Yeah, the first round is Zoom. So if he gets selected, then you go.
So did he already do the Zoom, and now he went downtown? Is that what happened?
There's no more
the
Zoom.
Zoom's gone.
How old is he?
25.
Oh, that's a bad break catching the jury duty that early.
Well, you're in a much smaller county than you're accustomed to. It's going to come.
Oh, that's true.
It comes back around quicker.
Quite frankly, I don't want a 25-year-old deciding my fate.
Well, that's the other thing.
That is not a jury of my peers.
I guarantee you.
Yeah.
You will not be judged by a jury of your peers.
Yeah.
You are judged by a jury of 6 to 12 people who couldn't come up with a good excuse.
Okay.
Those are the people that decide your fate.
And they don't want to be there.
That are there for the $7 a day.
You're saying I'm not going to find 12 middle-aged white men?
Well, you'll find them, but they're smart enough to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? They're smart enough to get out of it. You're judged by the ones who couldn't come up with a good enough excuse.
I'm judged by Vic's son.
Yeah.
Yep. Good luck.
Didn't your son just get in trouble?
That was the other one.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah. Oh, so this is the video game kid?
I would tell you. You'd prefer to have someone judge you who has been himself judged.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'd much prefer that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sat in my same seat. Like when I was there last week, I don't care. He's in.
And actually, he got let go like an hour later. Like they already called his name. Like, you can go.
Oh, he's already out?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good.
They didn't like the shifty 25-year-old either.
No.
I don't trust him.
They asked him his
I'd
interest.
much rather have the homeless dude mumbling to himself with a fork stuck in his head.
He started talking to the bailiff about Star Wars, and the bailiff said, "Oh my,
okay, yeah, that's it.
You're out. Like, we don't want this." He's like, "Is this anything like intergalactic court?" And I was like, Did you say intergalactic court, son? Get your ass out of my courtroom.
Yeah, he does have a Star Wars tattoo. So.
Oh my God, yeah, that's an instant. God, can you imagine you're on trial for your life, and this dude's got like a visible Star Wars tattoo, and he's sitting there like rubbing his fingers together, like,
Let me tell you,
I'd be like,
rather...
give me just a stand trial. Just you decide, Judge. I don't want this guy.
You a Star Wars tat as a preemptory strike?
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, I don't.
What?
I'll take everybody in the pool that's got a Star Wars tat and one of those Deathly Hallows weird tats from Harry Potter. All those.
Yeah.
You can sit with me, man.
There you go.
Sit down. You can.
Well, I do live next to a girl with a Jack Skellington tattoo.
Yeah, see, you want her on your jury, trust me.
Do.
And I really think
innocent.
I think if you said what's the pool of women with Jack Skellington tattoos? Well, first of all, it's 95% white. And I'm not talking like white like me and Rob. I'm talking about like
white.
Like she looks like this paper. Like she's the color of a piece of paper.
Borderline albino.
Yes. And the other thing, you can't even know your natural hair color, much less have it. You don't know your natural hair because it's never been that. But the third requirement of a woman having a Jack Skellington tattoo is you have to be.
I'm having to Google a Jack Skellington.
It's the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. The third qualifier is you have to be morbidly obese.
Well,
no skinny girls have Jack Skellington tattoos.
You have to struggle
so
to sit down.
So the Jack Skellington is a big tattoo.
Well, and Jack Skellington, the irony is of being a tattoo that only fat girls get is that Jack Skellington is a skeleton. He's
So
skinny.
it's this thing?
Yes. Yeah. Look up Jack Skellington tattoos and see if it shows the women that have them.
Oh, you'll see just.
And I'm
huge
telling
arms.
you, it's only giant arms on pasty white women.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't like to stereotype, but I kind of do. She seems like a really nice lady.
Yeah, but
and she offered to help me pay for food when I was taking care of that orange cat. I was like, no, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, she fits all those.
I am astounded by the variations of the Jack Skellington tattoo.
It's a very
and the place that you can put them.
It's a very popular tattoo amongst goth fat white women. Yeah, it's probably the best seller. Is my guess.
It's some of them are close-ups, and I'm trying to figure out what part of the body this is.
Oh, well,
like where exactly?
That's the thing about great big fat girls is you
There's
never
a lot
really
of
know.
acreage. There's a lot of
you
acreage.
never really know.
I'm one to talk. I get big tattoos.
You've
as
got
well.
that on your thigh? No, that's my ankle, honey.
That's my wrist. Oh. I wouldn't do it on my thigh. That's expensive.
Oh, all right. We'll be back. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I got to tell you guys about Game Day Men's Health. If you're a man and you're not feeling your best these days, might be your testosterone levels have dropped down. When you hit a certain age, things start to fall off a little bit, right? You're tired, your energy's low, your drive isn't what it used to be, your sex and drive isn't what it used to be. Well, that's where Game Day Men's Health comes in. It is a one-stop shop, baby. It's a 3-step process, quick and designed just for us. You go into the clinic, you get your testosterone checked. It takes a couple minutes, right? Then you talk to somebody and they're going to say, hey, this is what you're looking at. These are your options. They're going to discuss those options with you. You're going to choose an option and they'll treat you right there on the spot. All of this takes place in less than an hour. How crazy is that? And with these pellets now, you get those pellets in, you don't have to go back for 6 months. You're just set up. You got testosterone flowing through your body for the next 6 months. Don't settle. Be the best version of yourself. Call Game Day. They're over at 250 East Bassey Road right there outside the quarry. Give them a call, though, 210-900-3691. That's 210-900-3691. Feel better, be better. It's Game Day.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville. San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to sasportstar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at sasportstar.com.
This report is sponsored by Don't Mess with Texas and the Texas Department of Transportation. As you travel on Texas highways this holiday season, remember that Don't Mess with Texas means don't litter. So stay off Santa's naughty list and deck the halls, not our roadways. Don't Mess with Texas. A message brought to you by TxDOT.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, This is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
I got a line.
He got a line.
She got a line. We got 4 lines. Cricket Nation. Q finger guns. Really easy. Super stress-free. 5G so fast like blazing fast. Games and memes. You'll have a blast. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. As we discuss, take it from us. We 4 are one. Cricket Nation.
And only $25 a line. Welcome to more lines. Welcome to Cricket Nation. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Discount varies by line. Fees may apply. Terms and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Here we go, boys. It's that time again. Another $50K guaranteed tournament from my friends over at SA Card House. It's November 27th through December 1st. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday are the day ones. All you got to do, finish top 10% on one of those day one tournaments, and you get to play on Sunday. Everybody who plays on Sunday gets a piece of that $50K guaranteed prize pool. It was well over $50K last time out. Come on out, SA Card House. Going to be a great time.
I got a line.
He got a line.
She got a line. We got 4 lines. Cricket Nation. Q finger guns. Really easy. Super stress-free. 5G so fast like blazing fast. Games and memes. You'll have a blast. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. As we discuss, take it from us. We 4 are one. Cricket Nation.
And only $25 a line. Welcome to more lines. Welcome to Cricket Nation. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Discount varies by line. Fees may apply. Terms and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9047. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-9047. That's 800-575-9047.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Introducing TGL presented by SoFi, golf's newest league on ESPN and ESPN Plus. This isn't your average Sunday pickup game. To learn more, visit tglgolf.com and tune into the inaugural season beginning January 7th. Keep up. It's golf.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Still working a couple of trouble spots. Let's start on I-10 lower level, southbound, that off-ramp to North Frio Street. This wreck is blocking the exit ramp, so a little bit of stop and go from Woodlawn. 37 northbound, that off-ramp to South Cross, southeast side of town. That wreck is still there. Off-ramp is blocked. 25-minute delay as you stop and go from Loop 410. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time saver traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The San Antonio Spurs return to action tonight at 7 against the Utah Jazz. They look to get back to 500 on the season. Wemby and Devin Vassell will both be out again for that game. Thursday night football is right here on San Antonio Sports Star as the Steelers take on the Browns. It all starts at 6:30 pregame on your home for the NFL. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hour number 4 of the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Freedom Ride was saying, I need to just pay my fine and move on. I'm not in trouble.
You're fine
I didn't
for what?
do it. Why I'm going to court. He was saying.
No, he's not.
I'm dealing with my dad's
probate
my
stuff.
dad's estate.
This is a good day.
Yeah, it's a good court
a
date.
series of bad.
As good of a court date as it can be.
It's one of those turn the page kind of things.
And I'm not above the little town. I mean, I'm all for it. Like, I just think the lawyer thought that I was going to show up like I was.
It's the same advice he gives to everybody.
Yeah, he thought I was, some bumpkin ass dude who was going to show up in overalls.
Like, this is real, man. This is about as real as anything anybody ever does is walk into a courthouse.
Yeah. So I'll dress appropriately. I'm not going to wear a tie, but I'll wear
You gonna put on your good boots?
I'll wear fancy boots.
You're gonna put on. Okay. You're gonna dress like you're gonna go buy some cattle.
I'm not gonna wear denim.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll probably wear like some sort of. I say I'm not gonna wear. I've got like some charcoal colored jeans that are real like dressy jeans, and I'm gonna tuck my shirt in.
Oh, see, that's the difference.
Yeah, you tuck your shirt in.
It's serious.
Now I'm at court.
Yep.
All right. And I'm not gonna wear a hat. And as you see.
You are shaving.
I shaved yesterday because I don't like to be clean shaven, but I also don't want to be scraggly in front of the judge.
Don't want to look hungover.
So today I'll clean up my my neck area, and I'll show up tomorrow with a nice little shadow. And
there you go. What time's your court time? What time you got to be?
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
So you're early on the docket. That's good.
Yeah. It made me want to sing Creed right there. No defense on the docket today, just my own sin.
I'm kind of shocked I didn't know that lyric.
Yeah, no appeals. Good old Creed. All right. As we've made it to hour number 4.
I want to go back to the last segment because
about Vic's poop?
No, about Jack Skellington.
Oh, okay. Now we're talking important stuff. All right.
Did you know that there's a meaning behind the Jack Skellington tattoos? That there's literally, if you get one, there's a reason why you get one.
Are these like the ducks in the Jeep type of thing? It's like a hidden thing?
Jack Skellington.
You get it because you're a great big fat girl.
From The Nightmare Before Christmas.
That hates to go outside in the sun.
Symbolizes hair dye and piercing. No, it's the longing for change and new experiences. As the Pumpkin King, yes.
Yes.
He's celebrated, but he feels confined by his role in Halloween Town. And his journey to Christmas Town represents the curiosity and the search for deeper meaning. Okay.
You know who wants change? Fat white girls.
If anybody ever wanted to chase change.
And like when a fat white girl looks at herself in the mirror and says, "I got to make a change.
I got 2
options. I can either hit the gym,
stay here in Pumpkin Town,
or get a skeleton tattoo, and that'll just symbolize the change."
It'll symbolize it instead of doing it.
And that's way easier. Getting a Jack Skellington tattoo is way easier than going to the gym.
So is there a book you look at? Like, I have this sense of longing, and I need a change and new experience. Well, you need a Jack Skellington tattoo.
Yeah, I know what'll fix that.
That's easy.
Jack Skellington.
I recommend one with a web on your nipple. That's what I would change.
I swear, I'm really nearing the point where I'm going to finish in last place in this fantasy football league, and I'm going to have to get a loser tattoo, which I hate, but I'm definitely going to have to.
Well, I think you need one that symbolizes the longing for change and new experiences.
Yeah.
The Jack Skellington tattoo.
Just what, like, I make it like it says on his skinny little arm, loser. Oh, I'm gonna have. It's gonna. I have to get it. It's gonna. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but
I've got a catalog here of some 40 different. I had no idea this was a whole thing.
Dude, this girl. This is a massive tattoo, massive. Like it's her whole upper arm, shoulder area, and
I think she's got one of them shown right here. I'm looking.
It wouldn't shock me. But she intentionally never wore sleeves because she likes to show off her Jack Skellington tattoo. And like I said, I do find it ironic that I've seen that movie once. It was a long time ago. I forget who Jack Skellington's love interest is, but it's like the zombie looking girl, like I don't know her name.
A lot of it, I think.
But yeah, she's on that tattoo also.
Sally.
Sally's her name. Okay. Yeah. Is it Sally Skellington?
It just says, here's a tattoo featuring Jack and Sally standing atop the Oogie Spiral Hill.
She must be the Pumpkin Queen. Again, I haven't seen that movie since I was a kid, but her tattoo has both of them on it.
Yes. Well, it should.
And I think a dog. Is there some with a little dog?
I haven't seen a dog. That seems kind of Was it a pumpkin dog?
No, it's a regular dog, but it's small and kind of.
I haven't seen a dog represented here. She's taken it upon herself to add
Maybe
to
so.
the lore of the Jack Skellington need for change.
Maybe it's a separate tattoo. Maybe that's just her dog.
The first one was terrible. She was fixing it.
But the dog goes along. Like the art looks like it would be from the same thing, and there's bats and all that stuff too. I mean, this is a whole thing. But
live and learn, man.
Yeah, man. Now you know. So if you're ever thinking about change, Rob.
Oh, there's some good ones.
If you're ever thinking about changing into a goth woman,
I've been told you can't do that.
You can.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, although
it doesn't
maybe
count.
Yeah, maybe now yeah, that was the old days.
Forget the pronouns.
Yeah, that's all gone now. Last night, Paul George hurts his knee. This may be a cursed season for the Sixers.
I heard the
Tyrese Maxey's like Joel Embiid doesn't show up to anything. Not only is he late to he's not only late to practice, he's late to everything. And Tyrese Maxey's had enough of it.
Well, I heard this morning the best description I've heard. It's certainly not one that, as a fan of one team, I appreciate, but it's true. The Sixers are the Dallas Cowboys of the NBA.
They might be
in every way.
If it can go wrong right now, it's going wrong.
Overpaid stars, inappropriate pickups, poorly managed salary cap, processes that are unending. They're very much. There's just fewer dudes to make it like that. But of the 15 they got, they're as close to the Cowboys as any franchise there is. And for Joel Embiid to get the need to be felt by the rest of the team to call him out.
Yeah.
Especially as it was Tyrese Maxey, who is a child. This is a 4-year pro. Joel Embiid's been around a long time. There should never be that. And I think you're right. This is going to be a disaster of a year if this continues.
If you could turn injury mode off, like if we were playing 2K and injury mode's off, do the Sixers have the best big three in the NBA?
If not, I can't find anything better. You know, I can maybe come up with a couple of equals, but even then, I'm not sure I can even find an equal. No, those three are as good as anybody's.
Because, like, you can say, okay, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, I guess Derek White.
Throw in one, but
Derek White's
throw in.
nowhere on the level of – and I think right now Paul George is the third best guy they've got. Because I think Tyrese Maxey's better than Paul George at this point.
Yes, he is.
Oklahoma City, I guess it's Shea, Chet, and Jalen Williams. It's pretty good, but
close. But I mean, no, I can't not find it's better. You might be able to find some equals. Who's the third guy in Milwaukee? Is it Middleton? That's pretty good.
Middleton or Brook Lopez.
You know, that's pretty good for three, but it doesn't match that level of three. I mean, we're talking about three legitimate, not all stars, all NBA candidates.
Yeah.
You know, so no, there's no team that can start more talent than they can.
Yeah, I mean, this is a team with a lot of potential, and if they end up, is this going to be the process again?
2-12.
Yeah, they can't win a game, and that's in the Eastern Conference.
That's the other part of this, that they're not feasting on the East like Cleveland is. They should have more, but then again, I will come to their defense. This is a team that knows who they are, and they know they just got to be healthy in March. That's really all that their goal. Just
not if you don't make the playoffs.
Right. But you got to be a top 10. You got to be healthy and in the play-in at the very least. But really, that's all we need. If we're banging on every cylinder, we can beat teams on the road. We can steal a game on the road and take home field. That's their attitude. But the problem is Nick Nurse and this crew, whatever is going on, it ain't working. It's not. There's deeper issues than Embiid being late.
Yeah.
You know? So we're at 2-12 now. It's not over, but there are flashing lights and sirens going off in the 76ers headquarters because another month of this, and they are out of it.
Matt says Dallas big three. I don't think so, man.
So you got two, but everybody got two. It's to throw it.
So, let's say I think if they're both fully healthy, Embiid and Luka are two of the three best players in the world. So let's just say those two are around even.
Yeah.
Tyrese Maxey at this point in his career is better than Kyrie.
Yes.
And Paul George is over Derek Lively, I guess is who. I mean, I
guess
like
that would
Derek.
be the
I like
third.
Derek Lively.
PJ Washington. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, there's guys to
They
throw
ain't there,
in,
man.
but
They
not
ain't there.
equal. It's just a very high end, shallow basketball team that, when healthy, I don't want to play them.
These three dudes, man, they are, the potential for them is just insane.
I'll say it, just like the application of the Cowboys couldn't be more appropriate. They're going to have to trade Joel Embiid. There's just no getting around what is going to happen. I can tell you it's going to happen. It's either going to happen because you are sick of him or he is sick of you, but one of you is going to get sick of this relationship, and it's going to happen sooner than later. And if you're going to fix the problem in Philadelphia, you got to start with Embiid. You're going to have to let him go, man. And you're not going to get value for it. You're going to look bad after the trade. You're not going to get what he's worth. But you will wake up the next day feeling a lot better about yourself and your team once he's gone.
Yeah, I mean, he's a rare talent. He is the face of that franchise.
Hey, man, the Pelicans had to trade Anthony Davis. It was never going to work. He didn't like it there. The process was going to take too long. He was done. Embiid hasn't reached the end of the line like Davis did in New Orleans, but he's not that far away. It's going to come a time where he already doesn't want to come to work. He's already going to take half the time off. There's going to come a time where he's going to tell you he wants to go, and then you're really screwed.
Yeah, it's rough, man. But again, you're not going to get close to value back for him. I just said he's one of the 2 or 3 best players in the NBA when he's healthy. You may have to trade him for another headache. It maybe have to be like a Joel Embiid for Zion.
I'd do it. I would do it in a heartbeat. And you know what? I think New Orleans would too.
At least just shuffle up your deck a little. You know what I mean?
And Zion's about to get that big deal this year. It's coming, so it'll start to match. But teams with guys like that so rarely part with them. I mean, it took heaven and earth and LeBron to get Anthony Davis out of New Orleans.
Yeah. Corwin says Minnesota, Edwards, Randall, Reed, they're not even close.
You know, again,
they're not in the discussion.
We're throwing guys in. Randall's a throw-in. He is some nights, a lot of nights he's not.
Well, I mean, Naz Reed's a throw-in. I mean, these are good players. These aren't
all NBA types.
No.
I mean, we can keep finding near. I mean, the other one that was close is not anymore, and that was Golden State when they can throw out Clay and Draymond and Steph, but that's done.
Yeah. Honestly, like if you were turning off injuries, the Clippers would have a good chance with Kawhi and James Harden. I don't know who their third throw-in would be,
Norman Powell.
Yeah, but again, it's easy to say without injuries, but without injuries, there's.
I'll give you an argument if we're going to do this and play this game. Cleveland is starting to have a decent argument, and you just brought up Sacramento has a pretty decent
Cleveland's
argument.
wild because I don't even know who their 3 are.
Because
I know
have 4.
Mitchell's one. I know Mobley's one. I guess Darius Garland or Jared Allen.
Yeah, I think they have 4.
Either one could be in that discussion. I think, yeah. I guess also fully healthy, LeBron, AD, and third guy.
But that, again, it's a throw-in. It would be, I guess today, it'd be Dalton Connect.
How crazy is it that we haven't even mentioned Phoenix, and when they got Booker, Durant, and Beal, that was like, oh, they've solved the puzzle. No, they've not solved the puzzle.
Bradley Beal is a finger puppet of what he was.
Oh my God, he sucks. He stinks. Yeah, I really think this Sixers team has the most potential, and they suck. There's nothing good to say about them, and I think fans. I'm not a Sixers fan, but I would imagine if I was doing sports radio in Philadelphia today, I'd be like, do we think Joel Embiid, do you think he even cares about this team? Do you think he wants to be here? Like, or does he even care about basketball? I don't know. I get that he wants to have his body healthy, but when you're already like, yeah, I don't play back-to-backs because I'm trying to stay healthy for the playoffs. But then it's the young, fresh star of your team, the guy who you have to look at as your future, A, because he's not a pain in the ass, but B, because he's the guy, he's on the court all the time, unlike these other dudes. When he says, hey, this guy doesn't show up for work on time.
And we're talking about 40% of everything we do ain't showing up.
What?
Yeah, that's where they are. And this is a strange situation.
He didn't even get to come to work on the second day.
They've already told you get the days off. You know, their owner, Josh Harris, he owns the Commanders and Devils, I think. He owns a hockey team.
Okay.
And think about what he did with the Commanders.
Yeah.
When he finally bought in, he cleaned house up there, and he hired the guy from Golden State, the Warriors, to help him hire Dan Quinn and all the guys to kind of refresh that locker room. If there's ever been an NBA organization that needs a little bit of a kickstart refresh with the organizations, it's Philadelphia. I think they need to start at the top. GM's got to go. Everybody involved's got to go, and let Harris do that hostile takeover buyout. Let me fix this thing that it made him all his money as a Apollo Global manager, a money manager. Let him do that financially, but do it in a physical way like he did with Washington. They could turn it around quick if they'll decide to do it, and Harris has done it.
Yeah, I think you're right. God, people are making arguments for the Knicks, Brunson, Towns, Bridges.
That's close. That's close.
Why do people still think PG is good? He's been trashed for 5 to 10 years.
Yeah,
I don't
he's
know
not what he was, but he's still a top.
Yeah, he's
player.
still a 25 and 5 guy, 5 assists.
I would listen to that argument with the Knicks. It's getting close. Jalen
No.
continues to do it.
You know why it's not close? Because they don't have anyone in the class of Embiid.
No, no one does. No, you're right. But
the Sixers have a top, even like with his health situation the way it is, he's a top 10 player in the league.
Yes.
I mean, if you don't have one of those, you can't even be in this discussion.
There's nothing that can match what they've got. They're the Dallas Cowboys of the NBA. What about Miami a couple years ago? Jimmy,
Bam, and Tyler Hero.
I guess it'd be Hero.
Yeah,
no, that doesn't float my boat.
No,
that's not it either.
They don't have a guy who's in that. They don't have a guy who's in the MVP discussion every year.
It's funny how it got to the point where you had to have 3. Now no one does. They're trying to have a third, but no one can afford 3 great players.
No, it's very difficult. Although, again, you can get 3, but there's going to be problems.
Well, Maxey hasn't signed his deal yet.
Yeah, there's going to be problems. You've got to find one of those guys has to be real young. That's the only way to have 3, I think. Or like Cleveland, and you've got 1, and then you've got a whole roster full of dudes who are up and comers that are like on the brand, but they're not going to be able to pay those guys when the time comes.
Well, that's why this year is looking more and more like they got this year and next, and by the numbers, they're doing everything to get themselves to the finals. The numbers tell us that what they're doing now will translate into April and May basketball.
Yeah. All right. When we come back, we'll take a look at what's going on in the world outside of sports. Right now, I got to tell you about Karbach. Karbach Brewing, located in Houston, but they love them some San Antonio. The first keg of Karbach that got sold outside of Houston got sold right here in San Antonio, Texas. How about that? And when Eric came in the other day, he was like, yeah, San Antonio is a priority market for us, man. We want to be a part of the San Antonio culture, and that means their product is around. And if you think that I don't want to, it's not easy for me to find. It is. It really is. HEB is going to have Karbach, no doubt. Obviously, your liquor stores are going to have Karbach. But when you go to restaurants, you go to bars, chances are good. Not only are they going to almost certainly have Karbach on a tap, they might have multiple taps. They're going to have cans almost certainly anywhere you go in San Antonio. So it's not that hard to find, and I'm telling you, it's going to up your beer drinking game. You're just drinking a better quality beer. Whether it's the Love Street, their take on the Kolsch, which, by the way, Eric, the head brewer there, literally wrote the book on Kolsch. It's the IPA, the Hopadillo, which is their flagship IPA, or the Crawford Bock, which is my personal favorite. There's something for everybody in the Karbach lineup. So when you're out and about this weekend, ask your bartender, pretty please hook you up with a Karbach.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you get into your midday commute, we still have a couple of trouble spots left over from your morning commute. 90 eastbound General McMullen, that's a stall that's off to the shoulder. And on 37 northbound, the off-ramp to South Cross, southeast side of town. That's an accident. Off-ramp blocked. Has you stop and go from Southeast Military. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time Saver Traffic.
What's on?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by eBay. We all got a thing. Yes, even you. If you love fashion, car parts, trading cards, whatever you're into, it's on eBay. So go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay. Things people love.
Oh no, my phone.
Hear that? It's the sound of a skater dropping her phone and smashing it on the ice. Yep, it's definitely broken. But at Verizon, we got you. Black Friday starts now. Trade in any phone, any condition from one of our top brands and get a new Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus on Unlimited Ultimate and Watch 7 and Tab S9 FE 5G. That's up to $1,900 in value. So you'll save big on 3 great gifts. Hurry into Verizon this Black Friday. Service plan required for watch and tablet. Up to $1,900 value based on phone, watch, and tablet. Trade in and additional terms apply. See Verizon.com for details.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? I think my battery's dead. With free battery testing and charging, we can help you get back on the road.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
So what if I need a new one? We have the right Duralast battery for you, only at AutoZone.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
And what about my old battery? We can recycle it right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
The most incredible sale of the year is on right now at Diamonds Direct. Save an extra 20% store-wide. Rings, earrings, bracelets, bands, and designer jewelry. It's our biggest store-wide sale of the year. This weekend only, shop never-before-seen pieces, plus designers' appearances in the store. Save an extra 20% on Diamonds Direct's already unbeatable prices. Plus, book an appointment and get an additional $100 off this Friday through Sunday. For the best selection, quality, and price, shop direct. Diamonds Direct. For details, visit diamondsdirect.com.
I got a line.
He got a line.
She got a line. We got 4 lines. Cricket Nation. Q finger guns. Really easy. Super stress-free. 5G so fast. Like blazing fast. Games and memes. You'll have a blast. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. As we discuss, take it from us. We 4 are 1. Cricket Nation.
And only $25 a line. Welcome to more lines. Welcome to Cricket Nation. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Discount varies by line. Fees may apply. Terms and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
When I wake up,
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started on the right foot.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Good mornings make for better days.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. A letter in your mailbox says you could save money bundling your home and auto insurance with Progressive. Bad news. You saw it after your teenager backed the car into the mailbox. Dumb news. A new mailbox, basically a box on a stick, costs up to $400. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and go with paperless mail instead. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
The holidays are here at the Home Depot. If you're working on getting ready for company,
a lot of company,
make sure you're ready with Black Friday savings. Get up to 40% off select appliances plus up to an extra $1,000 off select kitchen appliances. Upgrade your kitchen with top brands like GE Profile and get sleek cutting-edge appliances to make sure you've
got hosting handled.
Yeah, you do. Get Black Friday savings now with free delivery and financing on select appliances this holiday at the Home Depot. Offer valid November 6th through December 4th. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Is thinning hair or a receding hairline making you self-conscious? Try Hair Grow from New Nordic. Stop feeling embarrassed about thinning hair and start feeling your best with Hair Grow. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 6:30. The Aggies take on the Auburn Tigers. Presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game coverage begins at 5:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jason Minix. You're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Yeah, people asking how long can Paul George last on his previous accolades. He's no different than number 2, which I guess they're talking about your guy. your boy Kawhi.
Well, the difference being Paul will come and play.
He wants to play. He's just hurt all the time.
No, Paul George is not what he was. I mean, he's a 15-year vet, but what he does bring to the table wins championships. I mean, that kind of skill set matters.
I mean, he does everything well. When he's on the floor, but he's just not on the floor now.
And the guys that he's supposed to be doing it with, at least one of them ain't there either.
That also hurt. Well, and when he is there, he doesn't show up on time.
Have Maxie call you out.
Doesn't show up on time. How about that?
There's on time, and then there's on time.
Yeah.
I mean, there's on time, but as you get there when the race begins, you're on time in some eyes.
What do you think I want you to put yourselves in the shoes. Let's pretend for a minute that you're Vladimir Putin.
Okay. I do that every day.
I want you to think, okay.
Am I riding a bear shirtless?
You're Vladimir Putin now, and you have a friend. So let's say it's me.
Okay.
I'm your friend, and I'm Kim Jong-un.
You're a good friend to have.
What would you get me as a gift?
I would get you as the commander, supreme commander of
So to
North
put it in
Korea.
perspective, this is a thank you because North Korea recently sent 10,000 troops to Russia to help out. They've got a mutual defense pact that includes a clause requiring the countries to come to each other's aid if either is attacked. Yeah. So these two maniacs they've got a
Warsaw Pact NATO thing.
Yes.
So I would send Kim Jong-il. Let's see. I think by his looks, I'd send him kind of a gift basket.
I think Il's dead. Un is who we're dealing with now.
I'd send him some hair gel.
Okay.
Probably some vodka of some sort, and a nice platter of Russian sweets.
Okay.
Something that he can munch on while he's deciding.
That's reasonable.
You can chew on in front of the peasants.
Well, how about pheasants?
Pheasants is good.
How about 45 pheasants?
Are they alive?
Yeah.
Okay.
How about an African lion, 2 brown bears?
It sounds like a Christmas song. What does he get on the 6th day of Christmas?
2 domestic yaks.
2 domestic yaks.
40 mandarin ducks and 5 white cockatoos.
Wow. Putin gives a gift, man.
Now that's a gift.
That's nice of him.
That's what you give. You don't nice box of chocolates. That's nice. Oh, there they are. There's the boys hanging together.
He's down. Look at this. That's a
it's a power duo right there.
Looks like they're in somebody's dorm room, knocking on the dorm room.
Yeah, I ran into that the other day. I thought that was kind of cool.
Hey, you want to come out and party?
You should get that tattooed, Vic.
Nah.
Come on.
So Putin's got a thing for birds.
Apparently. He thinks Kim Jong-un would like some birds.
Is that a real picture?
I don't think so. No, it's
okay.
AI generated is my guess.
That looks real to me. It's on the internet, though. It's real.
Speaking of AI, this is interesting. A Pensacola man, he's 18 years old. He has a girlfriend in high school, 17-year-old girl. So what he did was used AI to digitally undress pictures of girls at the high school.
So their faces, but their bodies weren't theirs. Kind of like photoshopping their heads on naked bodies. Okay.
So it's like it takes their body and it imagines what they would look like if they didn't have clothes. Yes. Okay. So these aren't real naked photos.
But it could be.
Could be. Well, this gal passed around the photos of her classmates that weren't actual photos, but
could be.
They were AI-generated photos. She made a copy of the photos with her cell phone, kept them for a month before sending them around to 17 people, some of whom were not depicted in the photos, but most who were.
Were they flattering?
I mean...
Would I have looked good if it was me?
Like, it depends. If I said, AI, hey Siri, show me a picture of Rob if he were naked but had really, really long peanut nipples. And then that's what it would do.
How do you know that's AI?
I don't. I'm just saying, like, I could do that.
I didn't know peanut nipples were a thing.
I could do that.
The peanut nipples, that's a thing?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So If they were flattering,
well,
I might not be so upset. If I had abs, maybe.
Here's the question: who should be in trouble here?
The person that passed it.
Okay, the gal that passed the photos around, even though they're not real photos.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, so
I say that this is probably a brand new area of the law that I don't.
It
know
really is.
That's been defined, but it seems to me on its face, the intent was there, and that's sometimes enough.
Well, the parents of these girls want the 18-year-old man that made them the adult to be held accountable.
I think he probably should be as well.
But also,
but I don't think it's illegal just to make them at home and never show.
If there's a program on a computer that you can use, how's that illegal?
I think this is kind of a vague area that we're still kind of defining. But when I hear it, I go, that guy's guilty and she's guilty. I don't know guilty of what, but you're guilty of something. We got to figure it out.
Yeah. It's a weird gray area, it feels.
As long as you make it, as long as I look good. That's all. Maybe that should be it. Look how good she looks.
Yeah.
I mean, look. Let's take off your clothes. We'll compare what real and what isn't.
Is it
Which one do you want to be?
Did it upgrade you?
And if you were upgraded,
did you get a glow up from
move
it?
along. What's the problem here? Get your Christmas card. You'll never look better than this.
What do you do if let's say Clay doesn't do his chores?
I beat him senseless. I end up doing them myself, to be honest with you. But I'm greatly. I'm disappointed.
You let him know you're disappointed.
Of course.
Well, a 48-year-old man has been arrested in Maryland. He killed his stepson. He shot and killed his stepson after the 15-year-old did not finish his chores. First of all, I got news. He ain't finishing them now.
No kidding. You've made it
now
harder on
what?
yourself.
Yeah, who's going to
learn him?
Now you're going to be in prison. You're going to be doing chores. But the 15-year-old was pronounced dead at the scene, and he said, this guy basically, when the cop said, what happened here, he said, didn't do what I told him to do. Didn't do what I told him. You got to take out the trash. Trash not taken out.
Well, guess what? Trash won't be a worry for you anymore.
They went past the whole, when I was a kid, you just got your ass whooped.
Yep.
It
bottled up. It was probably, they had fish that week. Got a little rank.
It seems like that could be it. That could be it. It just seems like maybe overkill.
Well, you won't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah.
Trash will no longer be a concern in his life.
Now, if you were in Thailand and you were looking for a good time.
And that's why you go.
You're in the city of Bangkok.
You said Bangkok.
And I don't know how to pronounce this last name, but the last four letters of it is Porn. Rangsiwuthaporn.
That sounds Malaysian.
Sararat Rangsiwuthaporn.
That sounds Malaysian.
You'd think you meet a girl in Bangkok and her last name is Porn. This is a good time.
Well, girl is a loose term. That is girl or lady boy?
No, she's a real live lady.
Okay.
But you don't want to go out on a date with her, even if it seems fun.
Mr. and Mrs. Porn?
Yeah. She has murdered 14 people with cyanide, apparently poisoning their drinks. And she had a gambling addiction, and she was started out targeting friends that she owed money to. Then she stole their jewelry and their valuables. But then she went on to
on the expat,
to taking on men who were.
Was she killing internationals or just Thais?
All Thais.
All comers?
Yep. Yeah.
How'd she get caught?
They did an autopsy on one of the people, and apparently a very wealthy person, and the relatives of one of them refused to accept that they died of natural causes. An autopsy found traces of cyanide in her body. Police arrested her and uncovered similar deaths going all the way back to 2015. And one person she allegedly targeted actually survived. So, yeah. So it's like a crazy woman. Went from I'm going to pay off my gambling debts to.
Well, it got good to her.
I don't like the way this guy talked to me at the bar. This is you got to go.
Now, if I decided to do something like that,
that'd be rude.
Where would I get cyanide? Is there? I mean, I know there's the dark web, which I still haven't quite figured out how to go to.
You can probably make it.
But where would, if I decided I needed something like that, and if I was in Bangkok, Thailand, where would I go get cyanide?
Walgreens in Bangkok, I'm sure has
just
it.
Just down the poison aisle.
I mean, I don't know.
Probably in the back.
I don't know. Like, is there? I mean, cyanide. I'm sure there's some. It
like
could
some
be like
kind of industrial use.
Yeah, my guess is is it in like Roundup or something like that? I don't know.
I don't know. But if I wanted to, I'm not even sure I could find it. How would I get it? It's on the dark web.
Yeah.
Don't Google that.
Yeah, don't Google it.
Don't Google
for sure not.
How to get cyanide.
No,
that'll come back.
It's not.
We checked his search history. And he was
yeah, when they come here tomorrow and say, hey, we noticed you guys popped for someone Googling how to get cyanide. Where is AJ Hoffman here? No, he's actually in court today.
He's in court. Oh,
yeah, great.
I only need a little bit of cyanide, not a lot.
Yeah,
just enough, for around the house.
Just a smidge.
Just a small. What's the smallest amount of cyanide I can buy?
Yeah, just a little bit.
I'm new to this. Now, I might need about 13 more doses, but this first one, we're gonna try it out.
I imagine it's like heroin, like the first hit's free.
Hey, here's your first cyanide.
And then once she killed the first guy, she's like, oh, this was a good way to kill somebody.
14, you say?
Yeah,
it's gonna be a documentary.
Hey, good news. Remember when we were talking about the Guy Fieri and Sammy Hagar?
They lost their tequila at Laredo's border.
Laredo police dismissed this report.
What?
Yeah.
Was this fabricated? Was this an insurance scam?
Laredo police were debunking reports that 2 trucks were stolen from a company owned by Guy Fieri and Sammy Hagar. However, what happened to the 4,000 cases of agave spirits is still unknown.
But they weren't stolen.
They weren't stolen, they say.
Uh-oh.
Have you seen this movie, Rebel Ridge, on Netflix?
No, they want me to watch it. I can tell you that.
I watched it yesterday. It's actually pretty good.
It's the first thing that pops on every time I turn on Netflix.
Is that the one with the guy who played Jax Taylor? Or, not Taylor.
It's the black dude, right?
Yeah, it's got a black guy in it, and it's got the guy that played Pam's boyfriend from The Office before she got with Jim.
Oh, right.
He's
Roy.
Roy.
Okay,
Yeah.
Roy got thin. Roy,
he's
and old.
He's old.
Yeah.
But I was like, who the hell is that guy? He plays a dirty cop. I think it's got Don Johnson in it too, playing a dirty cop.
I've got to watch this now.
But they basically, it's in this small town, and they pull this guy over, the black guy, and he's got cash on him. And he's going to bail out his cousin. Like he sold his worldly goods, and he's going to bail out his cousin. But the police use some sort of loophole to just seize his cash, and basically you're never going to get it back. And then the cousin, of course, has to go to prison and dies in prison. So there's like a revenge thing. But
here we go.
That's what happened. Like there's cops in Laredo with 20,000 bottles of tequila. So in some warehouse somewhere.
It's Nueva Laredo, and yes. Yeah, there's a lot of full warehouses. There's some stuff fell off the truck.
Yeah.
Right into my van, strangely enough.
They did say the cargo was worth $385,000.
So this is what's concerning. That the police have debunked what is evidently some sort of, there's something funny going on here. It turns out, I don't know what the strangest part of this story is. That all these cases of tequila disappeared, or the fact that Guy Fieri and Sammy Hagar are in business together.
I mean, that makes
they
the
share
most
a
sense.
hair product appreciation.
That makes the most sense.
They came together over hair.
Yeah. All right, we got to give away 2 things. The story so far. If you want to go see the story so far, they are going to be playing at the Boeing Center by Techport on December 7th. And if you don't win tickets, you can buy them at livenation.com. Let's go with caller number 1. You're going to get those tickets to the story so far. And I want to give away these tickets. We'll do this next. I've got a pair of UTSA versus Temple tickets. I'm going to give them away on the Brigade Bar. So we'll figure out a way to do that when we come back. It is the Morning Huddle. But Daily Line's coming up, too, on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at noon. The boys are on the East Coast for their first of 2 arch rival meetups this season with the Washington Commanders.
I like this kind of party!
Pregame starts at 11. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
You asked for it, you got it! How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
The gummies were.
The gummies are legal?
Ask J.D. Ryan, man. I bought some, and boy,
You got a Woody?
No, it was awful. He tripped right off. Oh my God!
Did you buy that at the store?
Yes.
They take a while to hit, and when they hit, it just accelerates. And finally, you got to eat some pie.
Because I gave the rest of them to Bob.
JD didn't have any pie.
I had no pie.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon, right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
I got a line.
He got a line.
She got a line. We got 4 lines. Cricket Nation. Q finger guns. Really easy. Super stress-free. 5G so fast. Like blazing fast. Games and memes. You'll have a blast. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. As we discuss, take it from us. We 4 are 1. Cricket Nation.
And only $25 a line. Welcome to more lines. Welcome to Cricket Nation. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Discount varies by line. Fees may apply. Terms and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Hot tubs. This weekend only, the Hot Tub and Swim Spa Expo is at Retama Park, presented by your local Sweetwater Hot Tubs. Hot tubs as low as $99 a month. 0% financing. Save thousands. Swim spas up to $10,000 off. A huge display of hot tubs from your local family-owned Sweetwater Hot Tubs. All for immediate delivery. Hot tubs, swim spas, and cold plunges up to 40% off. Don't miss out on your chance to save thousands this weekend at Retama Park. HotTubTreatShow.com.
Are you annoyingly inattentive? Do you watch a movie and then ask a zillion questions because you weren't paying attention? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. At Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale, get a king for the price of a queen and a free adjustable base with select Sealy beds, all with a low price guarantee. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
George gets justice. At George Salinas Injury Lawyers, they don't just represent you, they fight for you. When life throws its toughest challenges, George and his team are there to get you the justice you deserve. And here's their promise. You don't pay unless they win your case. With a proven track record of success, they take every case personally. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit GetGeorge.com. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? Jason Minix here from 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now, sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first. On your timeline, no waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home and make price-boosting upgrades at no upfront cost. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first, sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
After you use Bounce Dryer sheets and realize how fresh, soft, less wrinkled, and less staticky your laundry can be, you'll put a sheet on it every time. Like those socks that smell like they've been through a marathon. Put a sheet on it. Or that blanket that's got wrinkles on its wrinkles. Put a sheet on it. Maybe even your chatty coworker who keeps distracting you. Okay, Bounce Dryer sheets can't do it all. But for fresher, softer, better laundry, put a sheet on it with Bounce.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Introducing TGL presented by SoFi, golf's newest league on ESPN and ESPN+. This isn't your average Sunday pickup game. To learn more, visit tglgolf.com and tune into the inaugural season beginning January 7th. Keep up. It's golf.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Ink card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Ink Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for Business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Let's go!
Hi, it's Jason Minix. You're listening to the home of the Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Let's get wild! Alan Krause is our winner. That is the dad of Allison Krause. Go, go, go. Hey, do you want to go see UTSA play Temple?
I do.
God bless Birds Up. I want somebody on the Brigade Bar who's available to go see UTSA and Temple tomorrow. It's a Friday game, and you got to show up. What do you guys wear there, blue or orange?
I think you're allowed to wear both.
Okay.
Either. As long as it's not a blackout, which really was a blue out.
Okay.
They said blackout, but it was blue.
Show up early, stay late, be loud, wear orange.
I heard
that's
the
what Mac Brown
tailgate last
used to
week
say.
was nuts.
Okay.
Get there early and tailgate. Take advantage of that.
And you're going to – you know what? I'm not going to guarantee a win, but I'm going to almost guarantee a win. If UTSA doesn't beat Temple, I will post an artificial intelligence nude of Rob on the station's Instagram page.
And I have abs.
Yes. So just be aware that that's what's going to happen. But let's do the first person on the Brigade Bar who can tell me what tattoo my ultra-sized neighbor has, and you will get to go see UTSA take on Temple in the Alamo Dome tomorrow.
Oversized.
Freedom Ride says wear orange. So
see, there you go. Trust him.
Yeah. Show up early, be loud, wear orange, stay late.
There you go.
That's that was Mac Brown saying when he was at Texas. So it all passes down here as well. It's all a part of that damn University of Texas system, Rob.
Still orange.
Still orange. UTEP's orange. John Aguilar. There you go, John. Call on in, Vic.
Good job, John.
John Aguilar, you are the winner.
There you go.
You're the winner. God bless Birds Up. Get the job done out there, Coach Trailer. Get the job done. All right.
Do we know the line on this?
It is 13.5. And I think they're going to cover that.
I'm about to say, I'm feeling pretty comfortable with that one.
I think they're going to get the job done. All right, let's do, speaking of the lines, let's take a look at the daily lines.
Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Daily lines brought to you by SA Card House, 281 in Bitters, San Antonio's premier card house. Pittsburgh at Cleveland, Thursday night football. Steelers minus 3.5 on the road, total of 37. It's going to be in the muck.
How bad is it? Man, I keep hearing about this weather like it's going to be monsoon.
It's lake weather in Cleveland. It's going to be it's going to be ugly. But Rob, God, he's going to convince me because he's been saying it's going to be a close game, and I generally think it is too. I've also really tried to stop betting the Cleveland Browns. I thought last week was about as good of an opportunity to bet the Browns as there was going to be, and they got their ass whooped last week. So I've got a little PTSD.
36.5 is what I got.
Okay.
Over
Yeah.
under.
36. There's 36.5, 37s is what I'm seeing here. Anytime you got this kind of weather, there's a lot of variance.
Well, you got weather in Pittsburgh, so you're under 45 just because of that.
Both these teams want to run the football today. They don't want to make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing both teams are run heavy. Under's the only way I'd look. That's just a really low number to play. I think I'll just play the 3.5. If I play it, it'll be Cleveland plus 3.5. Because if it stays under 37, it probably is a 3-point game one way or the other. There's not a lot of I can't see a 35-0 game happening here. So there you go. That's your Thursday night football game. In college football, That big matchup between NC State and Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech a 9-point favorite. Total is 51.5 there.
You know what? I feel like I should put money on Georgia Tech just because they did me a favor with Miami. Just because they went out and did something. You know, I'm with you.
I talked about this yesterday. There's a real chance now that the Big 12, if things don't break right for them, don't have a representative in the playoff. Do you believe that could be possible?
I think it's possible, but the ramifications of doing something like that, I'm not sure the other conferences want to let that happen. Because if it happened to them, it could happen to you.
It can't happen to the SEC and the Big Ten.
No, but the ACC got to go
is like, hey,
they're good. Let them in. Pac-12, whatever we call them, hey, we got to let them in because it could be us. So I think it would probably be a bad idea, though, justified this year. You know what I mean?
Dude, would you take Tulane or BYU? I'm taking Tulane every day of the week over BYU.
It's hard to argue. But this is the first year. We can't just immediately go, well, we had a pretty good idea with the group of 5 and the Power 5. That's not going to work.
That's what they said, the 5 highest-ranked conference champions. They didn't say Big 12, you've got a free ride. How about get better at football?
You know what? That would be the best thing for college football.
I think so, too.
It would actually matter if they did it.
I'd like
agree.
it. NBA, Detroit is at Charlotte. Detroit laying 1.5 on the road. I kind of like the Pistons. I like the way they're playing.
They're playing good basketball. They got a lot of young talent. They're going to have Spurs nights where nobody shows up, and they're going to have other nights like the Spurs where everybody shows up. They're going to all show up against Carolina.
The Timberwolves are -7.5 at Toronto. The Utah Jazz, 2.5-point dogs here in San Antonio. The Spurs win by 3. What do we? I would think so, but even a limited roster, they should win this game.
Never discount the fact, not so much about how much we need to win, but how much Utah needs to lose.
Yeah, and I'm going to be playing – I'll probably play some Keldon props and expect that he's going to get a lot of run out there.
Boy, the love that Steph Castle's gotten over the last 36 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, that game he played was seen around the country. It was a national game, and everybody picked up on Steph Castle. He's about to be on that rookie watch board.
Hey, did John call in? Oh, he
Come
didn't
on,
call in?
John?
Hey, if he hasn't called in by 55, money, you were next. So you can call in, and if he hasn't called in, then we got to give away these tickets, man. We want to pack the dome, baby. And the Lakers 5-point favorites over the Magic in your nightcap.
Is Paolo playing?
No.
Then they're probably going to win.
Paolo. Seems the way it works. That's the Daily Lines brought to you by SA Card House. All right, friends. That
We'll
wraps
see
up
you
a
again on
Thursday
Monday,
show. I'll be
baby.
back on Monday. Rob will be here for a Friday to take care of you. The Blitz coming up at 2. See you boys later.